Yeah, right. What's up, my ninjas? I'm Strydent, and I'm here with Agent O and Clarion Prime, and we figured it's about time for another off our brains. So
shit, listen to that copyright strike.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, Massa. Sorry, we talking about the movies, Massa.
It was funny too because like it was so kind of like you could tell they kind of were like fuck because I showed it to them. I was like, go back and watch it, and you'll see there's hardly any material even in the video. It's just me talking over like 4 stills. And so the lady watched it, and then it was like, it'll be removed by noon tomorrow or something. It took a little longer than that, but still, it was so kind of anticlimactic because, I mean, I really wasn't trying to encroach on any copyrights, you know? So
yeah, I mean, the dumb thing about YouTube is when they get those requests or whatever you want to call it for those strikes, they don't review anything first. They just flag it or pull it, and then it's up to you to provide the burden of proof. Which when all they really need to do is check it first, and then be like, oh, okay, there isn't any kind of infringement.
There needs to be a penalty. There needs to be a penalty to these companies for doing that shit on a regular basis.
But you're guilty until proven innocent in the meantime.
Yeah. It's not cool at all. Because there's no reason for it. We're content creators. It'd be different if we were uploading full videos and full, tracks, full albums, etc., etc. Instead, I mean, it's me talking, so my voice is not my voice anymore. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Like, pretty much.
You can say what you want. You just can't talk about our stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, I had video footage in my shit when I got flagged, but they didn't look at it to see like why it was even there or whether it fell into the rules of fair use or whatever. They just fucking flagged me. So yeah, they just need to actually tighten how they handle that whole process.
And it's weird because they make you go through that YouTube copyright school bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? Where the videos that pop up where they explain to you what fair use is, and if the video is like this, does it fall into fair use? If you don't own the copyrights, are you allowed to actually use it? Like, they generalize the fuck out of fair use to the point where it's like you should be afraid to use anything that you don't own outright.
And I told them, I even wrote when I wrote my reply, I was like, I posted the part of the fair use rule that applies to the videos I make in each of my descriptions.
Yeah.
And I was like, the video the video falls in the category of critique. So you can't foul me for this. I don't know, it's annoying, man. Because it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah,
because it's like video they show you, is it like presented in like the late 70s, like early 80s, video?
It's like
you've been flagged for so you've been hit with a copyright strike.
Kinda. It's like cartoony. It's like all cartoony and like goofy and shit in that kind of way, like, so you've got
I'm Troy McClure.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like you've got a copyright strike. It's exactly that kind of goofy, bad, like 1930s artwork and everything. It's really annoying. It's like, what the fuck, man?
That's my Fallout.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Boy graphics.
That's exactly what it looks like. Exactly.
Sorry, don't flag us for that.
I know, right? It's exactly that. That's perfect. That's exactly what it looks like. So yeah, man, it was weird because I was gonna take my break, and because I'm fucking burnt the fuck out, as I said before. But then that shit happened, and it didn't let me take my break. So now I've been like still making videos, but I plan on taking a short break from YouTube in a little bit. But I'm gonna put up a couple more things. I will eventually put up that martial arts film attack, so that we can actually talk about kung fu movies. I mean, there's a lot of good shit coming out with. Freaking, we're getting Undisputed 4, man. Like, that's a lot. Right there, that by itself is enough for me to make a video. So
Wesley Snipes' Big Rings rematch, awesome.
Man, shut up. Go stand in the corner for that one. I don't believe you said that. No, man, it just God, that movie was horrible. Oh my god!
It wouldn't have been as bad if
Don't
they
try to
hadn't
defend it.
kind
It
of-
was
they hadn't
bad.
leaned so hard on some of those cliches.
It
some of
was
those prison movie
poorly
cliches.
written. It was poorly acted. It was poorly staged. The choreography was shit. The idea of like a Tyson versus Ali in a different
Yeah.
setting, that's dope, and that's it. That's where it ends. That's where it begins and ends. It kind of sucks because it could have been something great, but no, they didn't want to go anywhere with it. No
I'd be
choreography.
all right with that movie if they had just cut out the No Limit, Miss Master P
Man.
and all of them.
The rest of it was too cliche, man. I was bored. I was bored
Yeah.
to tears. It's like, you got to be kidding me, man. Do more. Try. At least try.
Hey, they got up that morning. That's
I know, right?
Okay. They came to set. Damn it.
I know, right?
No, Wesley Snipes was on time.
I know. He wasn't smoking weed on the set. No, no smoking weed on the set. No entourage. Yeah, he tried.
Well, no, that is pretty cool though. The fact that they greenlit, I guess, Undisputed 4, that should be awesome.
Yeah, the choreography will be fucking amazing because it always is. After the first Undisputed, it's always been. But so I guess since we're talking about martial arts stuff, what do you guys think? One of my subscribers had asked me, "What are my thoughts on Street Fighter V?" So I figured I'd bring it up in here so that we can kind of weigh in on what we think and what we've been seeing and all that good stuff. So what do you guys? I'll let you guys talk first before I say anything.
So far, man, none of it really is interesting me. Like, I don't like the way Birdie looks, but obviously Street Fighter's been doing BS to their black characters since day one.
Yeah, he's even been like bleached. Like his skin has been bleached.
He's lightened. Yeah, he's lightened and he gained weight and he's got like a whack Thug Life type tattoo around over his stomach.
Thug Life, baby.
Yeah, I mean it's so dumb. Like he went from like
he was a punk. He was a freaking English punk, like punk. That's what he was.
Yeah,
and now
he was an English punk.
And then they just went and took it in some whack direction. The new Samoan-looking dude.
Talking about?
I was so mad.
You talking about
why is this guy
Nikali?
straight out of the freaking ball?
Yeah, that shit is lame. And people were trying to rationalize it like they're like, hey, he's indigenous somebody who or a wild somebody who is succuming to the dark Hadu. I was like, get the fuck out of here,
because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, get out of here with that shit. Well, this is the thing.
Dude,
What's up? Go ahead.
I was saying they should have gave that dude like Lima Llama style because we haven't ever seen that in a video game.
Yeah,
and that some of that stuff looks actually good, and it's a Samoan martial art. So if you're trying to channel all that,
but I don't think he's not
doing
Samoan.
A lot of those types of moves.
Yeah, but that requires research. And stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, where they spent all the effort and the concept and execution of putting in a new character. It's just like, hey, he's got big old dreads.
Well, like he also has freaking all of like a lot of Sabretooth's moves. Like I was like
T-Hawk's moves.
Yeah, T-Hawk
a lot of ripping, a lot of claw type.
Yeah,
open-handed claw type moves.
I was kind of like, seriously, like why is it that whenever Ono and his team make new characters, they're always either retools of like an original. A character from Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter, Alpha or something, or they just borrow from like they rip from SNK or they rip from other Capcom games, and people give them props like they forgot. I mean, it's like you saying Street Fighter didn't exist until Street Fighter 4, so like if it's outside of that pantheon, people don't notice.
Exactly.
Yeah, they did the same thing with what's her name, Cammy clone chick. Like she's got a lot of Raven's moves from Street Fighter versus Tekken.
You're talking about
even
DiCaprio.
Yeah. Even her super is a lot like one of Raven's supers from that game. They just gave her like some teleport, like moving around, zoning type moves, and then called it a new character.
Oh.
Like they're pulling that shit. Not Bandai. Namco used to do with Tekken back in like Tekken 2, and then like Tekken 3, they got away from that, and they haven't been back to that shit since, unless you're playing with like Mokujin or something.
Exactly. Or Combat.
Yeah,
Combat.
And even then, they got away from. Well, no, it's still the same.
Yeah,
because you can customize your combat now.
Well, and then you remember, but yeah. Anyway, Tekken's not the point.
Yeah, I know.
The point is Street.
I just noticed that because when I was watching that Samoan dude's moves, I was like, "Damn, Tekken stopped doing this."
Is he supposed to be Samoan?
Why is Capcom going backwards?
Is he actually supposed to be Samoan? Because he doesn't look it, and I thought he was just some South American jungle fighter. I don't think he's supposed to be. Because if he was Samoan, he would have tats and all that shit that would immediately say Samoa. He just seems...
He's fighting in a forest.
Yeah, he's just...
ruined somewhere. It's good enough. He's some island somewhere.
He's
Guam.
Yeah, he's just a country dude, like, of some sort. Some kind...
He got no shoes.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. Like, the fact that they actually spent the time making the moves have weight behind... Like Ryu doesn't combo the way that he used to. Now he hits you really hard and, like, he's kind of slow in comparison to what we're used to. That's not the direction they should have been going. Like, you should have been doing like the Justice League Unlimited approach to characters, where you distill the character by using the best possible moves from across all iterations of that character to build them up, and then your combo system stays the same, like Street Fighter 3 style, where you can cancel into shit real fast, and you know you can target combo and all that shit. Not this weird, like, I mean, and I get it because it's something that like only the like three-dimensional fighters have been doing. You know, like Tekken has a lot of characters where they have their own speed and their own weight to their own attacks. But Street Fighter was never about that. So like to go in that direction, Street Fighter's supposed to be 2D fighting presented in a 3D format. It's still side-scrolling. It's still, you can't move in the background. It's still a 2D game. Why get that technical? You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't even perfected, I guess according to the fans they have. And what's with like, go ahead before I say more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just glad they finally, gave a very, very disrespected character, his due finally. Finally, they took off, they took off the handcuffs. Ken is finally now like more powerful. That's what I've been saying.
I know, right?
I'm like, why is it that Ken is just this constantly like, he's constantly in the shadow of you. He's just not as powerful. He's not very flashy, and the style is just so like, why? Like, they decided to finally make him, like a real focus, and I'm glad that this game they finally did that.
You mean Rougeau?
I know,
people
right?
were posting pictures of Ken next to Rougeau, and it's like almost the same looking character.
You never knew Ken's last name, did you?
Yes, we did. It's Masters, man.
It used to be.
That's his middle name.
I know, right? Ken Masters Bernstein. Yeah. It's weird too because Charlie also has a whole bunch of Nasha has a bunch of Rougeau's. Nasha! He has a whole bunch of Rougeau's moves. And it's weird because it feels like today's fans don't play other games. So they don't know that all this shit is borrowed. And they don't really care. I mean, no one plays King of Fighters except for the people who always did. So they don't realize, like, Jury is fucking Jun Hoon from King of Fighters, like 100%. But none of them realize that shit. And they're like, oh, Street Fighter 4 is so dope. Street Fighter 4, suck my dick edition. Street Fighter 4, juggle my balls edition. Street Fighter 4, you know what I mean? Stroke the shaft edition. Like, all of it.
Don't forget the rim job edition.
Like, the whole thing, it's just like, they keep borrowing and borrowing, and they're not giving you anything new, and people are really going apeshit. I mean, like, V-Trigger, really? Every game now, since Third Strike, has given you variations of a character based on the shit that Third Strike gave us. Armor properties, speed properties, canceling properties, you know what I mean? Like, extra hits, like something that's one hit would now hit multiple times. Like they've been doing that since Third Strike. So why is it when it's the V trigger? So now Ryu can parry, but other people can't. Why not?
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. I'm honestly I'm not
And
impressed.
it's only during that. It's only during that.
Only during the V trigger. Yeah, only during the V trigger. So
That should have been like something everybody should have been able
exactly
to do.
because it was. It's one of those things that's so difficult, and so few people have fully mastered it that even till this day, they can make it a challenge in the freaking game, the newer version, the online version of the game. And there's only, I mean, I'm not gonna say there's a few people, but most people can't do it. You know what I'm talking about? The whole the Evo moment where, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah.
With the combos and all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Most people can parry some things, but we can't parry everything because it takes a ridiculous amount of time and a ridiculous amount of skill and a ridiculous amount of like, you got to really dedicate yourself to trying to learn that all the time.
For all that. Seriously,
it's weird.
Time for that.
I know.
I just want to be able to do cool stuff, make it look like I belong in a tournament, and just call it a day.
But you see, what I'm saying is,
troll in a forum somewhere. I have like hours and hours to spend on this game.
What I'm saying is, like, if you wanted to, you could put in that kind of time, and it would show. When you look at old footage, or you look at any footage of Third Strike versus Street Fighter 4, there's like a huge difference in like the speed of the game and the combo system and the technicalities of that kind of a game versus Street Fighter 4. It feels more technical.
Well, now in tournaments, it's okay to like spam fireballs all day.
Yeah.
Like before, it was considered cheap. Now it's called zoning. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. But you're right. It's like they just. I mean, it happens so much. I guess you had to come up with a name for it.
Probably.
I mean, zoning always existed, but it was there were ways, there was techniques and shit. It wasn't just sitting on one end of the screen throwing fireballs at different variations and different intervals and different speeds.
Yeah, that was one. That was one type of zoning. Mostly zoning was using other moves to keep them off balance and keep them in the corner. I mean, like. You literally were keeping them on one side of the screen. It's not just you spamming shit like what people do now. I mean, a lot of the fighting game scene has become tired because everybody just dick rides what everybody else does. So, like, you're not getting a lot of original ideas. You're not getting a lot of people coming out of the box with a character that nobody uses. I mean, it got to a point where certain people started doing that. Like people using Dan because they realized that Dan actually was more effective in Street Fighter 4 than he had been in any other version. People realizing that characters like Sakura and like after they watch like Combo Fiend and some of those guys just goof around with some of these characters and they see the potential, then everybody's like, oh shit, now I have to do it. It's not like in the 90s when everybody had their own guy. You know what I mean? Like, you figured out your own method and your own style of winning. You didn't do what everybody else did, partly because we didn't have YouTube like this. And you had to really be deep in the scene to be getting those videos that showed the tournaments, you know, as they happened around the world. And, like, even still, you wanted to win with your character. You wanted to make your character shine. It wasn't about dick riding what the last champ did. And since gamers today always look for, like, Prime always says, the path of least resistance. That's why they always find the game-breaking glitch or the one thing you could spam all day to win the match, or the highest person on the tier list is the only character everybody plays with. That's why it's so boring. Nobody is taking risks. Nobody is few are trying to lead. Everybody's following. And it's just kind of like, it's not even the spirit of martial arts. Like, that's just lame. So, I don't know. I don't care.
So then, who do they make these games for? I mean, obviously they make the games for the people that play them and their fans and tournaments. But it's like, okay. I'll say it like this: do you believe that the fans are getting everything that they could possibly want out of these games?
No.
Or is it just no fans? I'm not talking about everybody.
No fans.
like are they getting everything they want, or is it just this is what we have, so let's just like accentuate positive? And like, because I'm pretty sure even people that win in tournaments would be like, "Wow, I wish I could do this, this, and this with this character," or "I wish this was an option in the game instead of that," or something. Like, because like you said, I'm hearing a whole lot of like, like a whole lot of cheerleading, a whole lot of big sucking.
Yeah, but no criticism.
Oh yeah, it's like even like major thing, not the opposite. Where like this game is trash. They should stop making them. They should stop making them after 2 or something. Like nobody's saying that.
Yeah, no.
Like is everybody who's
they're not thinking, and they're taught not to.
I think the majority of people are honestly happy with this. Like, exactly the way it is, exactly the way it comes out, and I don't. It can't be the case.
Yeah, it can't be. I mean, like, it's strange because, like, you look at Mortal Kombat, and I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan anymore. I used to be, like, back when we were in school, in like high school and shit, like up until Mortal Kombat 3 and the trilogy, I was super hardcore into it, and then 4 and all the ones afterwards, I was just like, yep, forget this game. But now you see that there's still been an evolution, even with the crappy games, Deception, Deadly Alliance, and whatever the other one is. And then, Mortal Kombat 9. They've taken the things that worked in those other games, and then they threw all the shit that didn't work to the wayside, and they said, we're going to improve these things. I don't agree with, like, the 3 versions of each character. I think that's just stupid. It looks good on paper, but in reality, you could have just, like, put all those moves into one character. You know what I mean? And it would have been fine.
They have 900 characters instead of, like, 10.
No, because it's still the same character. So it's like, each character...
This one has a different move.
Anyway, I see how they're handling it. They're going into it looking at what worked, what did people like? Is our game tournament ready? Is it not tournament ready? How many of our games were broken? Do we continue that kind of shit now, considering that we want our games? It's a fighting game, and it's one of the few that people did not play in tournaments. And it's still around. It's been around for a long time. It's like, you look at games like Guilty Gear. Guilty Game is batshit insane, but at the core, there's still a pretty technical fighting game in there. You know what I mean? And it's not all broken. Whereas Mortal Kombat, everything was too similar with all the characters. I mean, most characters had a projectile, a rush, an anti-air. You know what I mean? And it was like, why does everyone have the same types of moves? How come you didn't break it up amongst, all the characters? Because that's what would separate them from one another. And then they started doing that. Mortal Kombat 9, they kind of changed that. Certain characters don't all have projectiles. Certain characters don't have a rush. You know what I mean? It's like you had to figure out how to get in and combo properly and whatever. Now, they've even pushed that further because, like I said, you've got 3 versions of each character. So one version may be all projectiles and nothing else. Another one might be all combo potential and no fireballs. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these things now in place. They even borrowed shit from Proxy Side's videos with those energy mines that Chameleon was putting out when he was fighting Akuma. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
They made Raiden do that shit. So, and someone else does it too. I think Sub-Zero can do something like that too. I can't remember. But anyway, the point is just that they actually enhanced and evolved their game. Same thing with King of Fighters. King of Fighters, what was that? 13, I think, was the last one. They enhanced the game. It looks better than Street Fighter 3. It plays very similar to Street Fighter 3, but it's like if you mix Street Fighter 3 with King of Fighters. Almost like Mark of the Wolves. They evolved the gameplay is what I'm saying. You look at the way the combos look, you look at the canceling and all that shit, and you're just like, man, this is actually kind of cool. This is like stuff I couldn't do that I wanted to do in the old games. Now I can do it. But Street Fighter, man, I just don't understand. It's like each game is so different from the last one that it should just be a separate game, at least as of recent. Like, they should have just made a new fighting game and called it something else without the Street Fighter characters, because it probably would have been successful. You know what I mean? Like, they don't necessarily need the Street Fighter name to make for Dimps to make that game that they called Street Fighter 4. They could have done that with anybody. Kind of like that one game, the Kickstarter game. What was it called, Phil? You know what I'm talking about? The guys who worked on Third Strike.
Oh.
God, I can't
One
remember.
with like the animals and shit.
No. They're all like ninjas and assassins and shit. I can't remember. If someone in the comments will tell us, I'll probably find it before this is over. But yeah, because the game came out and people said like they wanted more from it, but it did feel very much like Third Strike. It had that Third Strike feel to it in general, with your moves and your combos and canceling and blah blah blah. But people that loves Third Strike said they wanted more. They didn't just want another game to, do a good job imitating Third Strike. But anyway, my point is, they need to evolve more than just these topical things, and they're not doing it. I mean, finally Ken looks like a separate character, but you also like ripped a ton of moves from other games when you could have just spent a little bit more time and made him more of what we knew Ken is supposed to be like. I mean, there's movies, there's animation, there's other games that have variations on Ken that are not canon, and if they made them canon, it would work and it'd be fine. You know what I mean? No one would complain. Instead, they rip off SNK, like left, right.
That's the thing, though. Ken was always, like, ever since 3, you could, like, he was such a separate character from Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't see the need for them to take that even further. I mean, they're from the same school.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that they have the same uniform.
Yeah.
His personality just showed off in his moves and his mannerisms.
Kind of like Kim Capwan's sons. The one that does...
Yeah.
There's the one goofy one. I think he has electricity, and then the other one... he has fire, and then the serious one has lightning. And it's the same stance, or the same basic stance, I think, or the same clothes, but their stances are different, and all their moves are different.
Yeah, one's kind of a little laid back.
Yeah. He's like goofy. And then the other one is just straight skill, like all skill. Everything is showing off as much as he possibly can, like to show you how skilled he is. They just don't get it, man. They don't get it. It doesn't even feel like the Street Fighter universe anymore. It just feels like a bad fan fiction. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it.
So I'd like to know like what the basis is for when, like, where do they start when they want to, like either start a new character or like someone like Ken, like okay, we're gonna like evolve him. Obviously, I was joking before, but like, so where do you start in and where do you end? I mean, because again, like we were talking before about the basis of this obviously is that like these characters are representative of particular martial arts and then how they all blended together in the game and all that stuff. Now it's like, I don't think they start off with, this is this guy's fighting style, what does he look like,
No.
what does he act like? I think it's just, what does he look like? They come up with a cool finger quotes character design.
Yeah.
And then maybe build a style around that. 'Cause if you tell me you had a style in mind, maybe you had a whole big slashy clawy player in mind, and then that's where McCauley came from. But I'm like,
yeah,
seriously?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And people are really, there's some people that are amped about it, and they're talking about this shit like it's worth the time. I'm realizing how true that, unfortunately, that Movie Bob said it, but how true his statement is about people want to be entertained, they want their slop, and they don't give a shit what package the slop comes in. They just want it. So,
the hogs love their slop.
It's fucked up because I want to think people are smarter than this, and people are, it's not that simple, but it is that simple. They just want their slop, and that's it. And they don't care about the package. I mean, Transformers made billions of dollars, yet everybody can tell you what's wrong with it. But people still paid and brought their friends and kept going 4 times, not once and not twice, 4 fucking times. Freaking,
and will be 2 more times.
Exactly, at least.
And an expanded universe. So, excuse me while I hang myself.
Same thing with Street Fighter. People made jokes when Street Fighter 4 came out that, watch, there's going to be a Hyper Victory, Super Omega, Ultra, dick in your mouth version. And everybody still bought it. And then they kept going, and everybody bought it. Then when Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, people bitched, but everybody bought it. You know what I mean? So it was like, so what's the point in opening your mouth to say anything about this shit when you support it? Like you literally give them the funds to make this shit. It's like you're paying them to assault you physically, like just like you.
Definitely financially. You being assaulted financially, but you're also being assaulted physically too.
I mean, it's like just imagine how stupid that would be for you to pay someone to like assault you in some kind of way, like and then you turn around and get mad that they did it. Like you paid them to do it. You gave them the means to do this. You gave them the okay. You said, yeah, if you do it, I will still love you. And you totally
just too many people subscribe to that thought. Like, well, they'll stop making more if I don't support.
Yeah, whatever.
But if what they're making is garbage to begin with, why would you support that anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
In the hopes that it might get better when it's not, because you're doing exactly what they want with the way their marketing strategy is. You know,
exactly.
They lock stuff off. They charge extra for things that should be free. But then you turn around and you pay for it anyway because you want more. You want the game to get better, but then you're not telling them how to make the game better. You're not giving any kind of criticism. Like that's the one thing I gotta hand the Destiny community.
Oh, stop! Don't even.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying the community will be vocal as fuck when Bungie starts pulling some bullshit.
Yeah, but everybody still paid into it. They're guilty. They're 100% guilty.
But here's the difference though between them and Capcom. Like Bungie will actually listen and make changes. Like,
that's
Capcom
true.
will just keep doing whatever.
Yeah.
Is that the Eastern Western thing? Because
no, I think it's the nature of the games. Like, one game is ongoing, whereas another one is just, they give it to you and it's done. So, like, with Street Fighter, they always say, we'll patch the fighting game. Yeah, but your patch could come any time in the life cycle of that game. Whereas with a first-person shooter that's got MMO aspects to it, it's ongoing. So, you could complain today, and tomorrow, less people could show up. So, they want to fix that shit right away, so you guys keep paying to stay in there. So they fix things sooner because of the type of game. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, we really care more about our fans than Capcom. They don't give a shit about you guys. You guys all paid for every expansion. You paid for all the whatever pass that you need to get on or whatever. You guys paid for all that shit already. So now it's just a matter of keeping you on till the next thing pops up. And that's what they keep doing. And too many people... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, because it was weird with the last one when they announced Taken King, and then they said, well, there's going to be some, even though they're emotes or something like that, I get it. Because like the fact that there are going to be features available only to people who are buying the game for the first time, I'm like, why?
I think that's more Activision than Bungie.
But it doesn't matter. See, you're a consumer.
Corporate how does an idea? I understand. You're absolutely right. I understand that idea gets pitched in a meeting.
Yeah.
But how does nobody, like, between meeting to, like, actual execution go, like, it's pretty stupid to expect people to pay, like, $80 for this game again.
Like, yeah, I mean, I agree.
Like, nobody said that. It's like...
I mean, Bungie's working really hard to help me save $40, because at this point, I'm not buying that expansion.
Yes, you are. Stop lying.
I'll agree with what he just said. It's like, the fact that it's two publishers, like, really working this. One of them is, well, they're both money hungry, but one of them is taking, like, money hungry to, like,
the umpteenth degree.
EA level.
Incredible new height. And I'm like, but seriously, just the fact that, like, because of relatively small features. Now, if they had said, oh yeah, this game's going to have, like, freaking 15 exclusive weapons and, like, friggin' 6 new sets of armor that you can only get if you buy the new one, that's still bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guarantee...
What they'll do is a lot of that stuff, like the weapons and the armor and all that stuff is going to be available. Like the stuff that they built for this new expansion will be available even if you don't buy the expansion.
Like time released?
No.
Or time exclusive, should I say?
Oh, you mean you can have
that's different.
You can happen across that stuff? You're saying like while you're playing, you could just randomly get that stuff too?
Yeah, you can get it, or you can go to the Vanguard and whatever they've got available, you can buy it with your marks or whatever. But the content itself, if you didn't pay for the expansion, all that content, like the story missions whatever the PvP maps or whatever is related to that specific content will be locked off until you buy it. But you can still progress your character.
Yeah, but how likely
still
are
get
you?
access to
How
those
likely?
weapons.
How likely are you? Because I read some stuff where people were talking about the likelihood of you getting exotic weapons and armors and blah blah blah. How likely? Some people were like, I got on, and the first time I played, I got like, what was that one? Galahorn, I think it is. Some guy said he got like 10 Galahorns the first time he played, and then another guy said he paid for all the expansions. He's only seen it one time, and somehow accidentally he got rid of it, and he's never seen it again. So like, it's that random, then it doesn't count.
It's RNG's
RNG. Like that generator is just
it's super rare. Like it's weird because I know a dude that I play with who he's been wanting a Hawk Moon for like forever. He's got everything else. He's got Galahorn. He's got a bunch of other stuff, but he's never been able to get Hawk Moon. And then I've gotten Hawk Moon twice, and that's another like super rare weapon. I've gotten Galahorn twice. But
so then is it really rare, or is it just
insanely random?
That's stupid.
There's no other way I can think about it. Like I didn't do anything different than what anybody else did, because I got Galahorn the first time from doing a Nightfall strike. It was just one of the rewards. Then one time I was playing and I got a legendary engram, and sometimes it's very rare, but sometimes a legendary will, when you decrypt it, it turns into an exotic, and that's how I got Galahorn the second time. I don't know. The shit just happened. So
I
think they should just go back to it should be one of those things where, okay, if everybody's trying to get it, sell it one day when Xur comes through on the weekend, and just make it like 100 strange coins or some shit. That way, if people don't have enough strange coins to buy it, then they can't get it. Or
my thing is this. Listen, it's a gimmick in a sense. They know what the odds are because they programmed it.
Yeah, it's to keep you to play.
It's to keep you playing because you want it. You're like, I can. It's like the lottery. I can win it. Yeah. I can win it, even though you fucking can't. Like, it's one of those things.
No, in theory.
Yeah, in theory you could.
In theory, you can get this weapon. In theory, it's like, because, like you said, eventually
somebody will get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are the odds? Well, they're not going to tell you, obviously, because we're to find that. But what's
I think it's a it's a 0.28 or something like that.
Well, even Street Fighter's going to be doing some stuff like that now, where it's like there's going to be unlockables more than likely already on the disc. So Capcom hasn't completely learned the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
But they said there's going to be some things unlockable with paid currency, and other things unlockable with in-game currency. What did I say before? When you have a system like that in a game, puts a lot of stress on the freaking developers now, because you're like, well, we've got to balance the amount of in-game currency you get to entice people to spend extra money on currency.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's kind of been Bungie's problem, since they're not charging a monthly fee for this MMO hybrid. They're trying to figure out other ways to get money, supplement their income. But
they're not even doing anything. Not to cut you off, they might as well just do like $5 then or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. There's this Forbes article I read where the guy basically did the math, and he said for everybody who paid for for Vanilla Destiny, paid for the 2 expansions, you technically would have been paying like $8 a month from then till those expansions drop. So I don't know why they don't just go with that, go with the $8 a month type of pay structure.
I think because they know most people don't want to pay it. They know that it won't be a successful model.
If there was no pay structure in place, and then you put one in place like a year after, like it's.
Oh no, I'm thinking they should have did that from the get.
From the get-go, considering what the game is, they said that persistent like online world. I'm like, if there's any sort of game that requires wrong choice of words. If there's any sort of games that you could impose a bill, Basically, it's a game like that.
Yeah.
A game with a persistent online world that you can jump in and out of any time with the progression and the freaking equipment and all that stuff. It's like,
and in all honesty, there's other things they could have did to, I guess, get people to pay a little bit extra here and there. Like a lot of people want shaders and shit, so they could have put that up there on the PSN or Xbox Live for like $1 for a certain shader that's like really hard to get.
But think about this. Think about this. You guys are spending too much time thinking the way the company is thinking. What you should be thinking about is as a consumer, as a gamer, you should not be worried about how the company does what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about all the other MMOs. A lot of MMOs that you started out paying for, they're free now. Like real full-on MMOs from here to fucking Korea. Why the fuck are you paying to play a fucking... Like, you shouldn't be paying for this stuff in the first place. They should be coming up with a reward system as opposed to making you just flat out pay for everything. Pay to play is going to eventually just overload and kill everything because
I agree.
That's not the way it should be. Yeah. It's a game.
I was thinking in terms of like DLC. Like,
yeah.
Or just extras. Stuff that isn't necessary to be able to play the game, but like just extra shit that you can buy it if you want, or if you don't, it's not gonna affect or lock you off from anything from playing the game.
Yeah, like you said, like literal cosmetic stuff. Like
it's extra.
Yeah. Like stuff. It's not like, wow, like you bought this. Like you said, you could buy a weapon like the friggin' quality of like Yalhorn with like with real money. I'm like, I don't know if I'm in favor.
No, not like that. I'm talking about like with the point you get in the game. Currency.
I don't want that. I was like, but I mean, the flip side is like you said, you play it for friggin' like 8 months and you never get it, and somebody else plays it for 8 minutes and they do.
They get it. That's awesome.
It's a roll of the damn dice. I mean, that's how it happens. But,
and it shouldn't be. It should be more. It should be, even though you know technically that's what it is. The odds shouldn't be so low for these things. You know what I mean? Like it's almost low to the point where it doesn't make sense.
Well, they should have had it where you could get it through chance, but then if you go through like the store or something, it's there too, but like a super high in-game currency price that is going to take you a while to get to it. But eventually, if you save your currency or whatever, you can eventually buy it that way. Because I hate the fact that certain weapons and armor are only available to you by chance, and a lot of the game, especially in the PvP, is incumbent on, if you can't get through the Thorn bounty, which everybody's using Thorn in the Crucible now, if you can't get through the bounty to get the gun, then, or the bounty doesn't even, because the bounty appears randomly, so if you can't even get the bounty to appear, then you're ass out, and there's no other way for you to try and get his gun other than through random chance.
Yeah.
So they should have an alternative for you to get some of those more powerful exotics through a more regular means, so you're not relying on a game of rolling the dice in order to hopefully get the chance to get shit. Because it was even worse when the game first came out. Like people would legendaries would hardly ever drop, and then when they did drop, and you go and turn them into the Cryptard, they would decode it, and then it would just be a rare armor. So you did all that grinding for a piece of shit that you don't really need.
Yeah.
They since changed it. Like it's been a process with Bungie. Some of these things seem like they're common sense. Like they should have figured this out ahead of time. Like nobody's gonna want to play a game where you spend all this time for the hope of getting something good when you spent that time.
But that's a cornerstone of the game, unfortunately.
Something good should be good.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like a piece of shit and find out later it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that should have been kind of tackled in like design, because if you have, like you said, let's say you have like the something to decode, if it's of like a legendary quality, like I don't want to decode it and get something that's like 2 levels below that.
Yeah,
like, doesn't make sense.
Like that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yep.
I'm like,
and so people complained, and so they ran in there and they changed it up. People complained about not being able to reforged weapons or being able to keep the weapons that they've already gotten when the new expansion comes out. So they found a way around that by allowing you to upgrade the weapon to the new damage cap, so you can still use those weapons. I mean, they are listening to the community.
No, I agree. I know that part happens. I wasn't saying that they don't. I was just saying that, like, some of this stuff that they're listening to and they're tweaking, it's stuff that shouldn't be to begin with. You know, like, this whole pay-to-play bullshit needs to stop. They need to like, go back to making good games. You're paying to play games sometimes that aren't even fucking finished. Games that, you know, they're releasing with insane bugs and glitches. Shit that's, like, unprecedented, like, right now, that we never dealt with at any other time in video game history. And games cost more now than they've ever cost ever in any other time in history. And we're dealing with dumb shit like the game's not finished, but they released the game. Like,
speaking of games not finished, somebody couldn't even get their beta off the ground this week.
Street Fighter.
Yep. Street Fighter 5, their beta was up for hours.
So it went down like it took it down immediately because of the number of people that pre-ordered in order to get access to the beta.
Yeah, with 5 characters. with 5 or 6 characters. Like, come on. Since when do you release Street Fighter with 5 characters? Like, all the betas of everything up to, like, Street Fighter Third Strike, all the characters were there. How are you going to release the game with 5 or 6 characters?
They're not ready. I haven't picked a shirt for
moving along. Fuck Capcom. Fuck pay-to-play. Moving along. Fuck that shit.
There's going to be... they're going to have some issues going on with this. That was kind of sad that they couldn't even, like, you know, run the beta without.
It's not a surprise because they don't give a shit. That's the problem.
There's something else I was going to say too, but I forgot.
I don't think I don't see why in this day and age they don't anticipate the number. Like you already know how many people paid for the game to get access to the beta. So you have an idea of the number of people that are going to be accessing these servers. So how hard is it to make sure you have the right amount of servers for all these people so that you don't run into these problems?
Sorry.
That boggles my mind.
That's what I was going to say. Well, now Capcom has showed me, because of the way that they handle these Street Fighter games, when I'm supposed to buy a particular Street Fighter game. Yeah. I will buy Street Fighter 4 when Street Fighter 5 comes out. By the time Street Fighter 5 comes out, they will have released the last version of Street Fighter 4.
Exactly.
So I will get that.
If you really want to play all that.
Like what was it? The Honest Trailers was great. They threw in just about every adjective they've ever used to label a game. Super, hyper, HD, ultra, race wars. But I'm like, okay, so now I can buy Street Fighter 4 because I'm positive you're not going to release another one of those.
Yeah, it makes sense. But
and Street Fighter 5, well, I guess I'll check you out in 15 years when you're ready to release Street Fighter 4.
Exactly. But, okay, moving away from this, because this could go on forever. The Marvel has been, this whole Marvel Fox thing, they're pretty much trying to erase the X-Men as a whole from the Marvel universe. And I don't know if it's Disney more than Marvel, or if it's a Marvel-specific thing, but it seems like, the Marvel entity is trying to get rid of the Fantastic Four and X-Men. They're done making Fantastic Four comics, but now they're going so far as to eliminate merchandise from Fantastic Four and X-Men. So statues and all kinds of shit they've cut off. What do you guys think about all of that? Even Mini-Mates. You know how Mini-Mates, they seem to have they run the gamut of everything Marvel? Now they've stopped making X-Men Mini-Mates. I think the last group that came out is the last group that's going to be, period. What do you guys think about this? Is it cool? Do you think it's it's obviously not beneficial to fans, because fans want that shit and don't understand why that's happening. You know what I mean? Some fans.
I imagine this is coming straight from Disney.
Yeah.
Because because Disney again, like trying to maximize, the investment they made in Marvel.
Yeah.
So they're
Get that
doing whatever they
money.
can to make the properties less viable,
Yeah,
less
sabotage.
attractive than anyone else. It's, like, it's just plain old,
Corporate sabotage.
corporate sabotage. So it's like, all right, fine. We don't have the rights to X-Men. Well, you're not going to do any new X-Men stories, or you're going to kill all the X-Men, or the Wolverine's going to be friggin' I don't know, like.
Or you're just gonna absorb to other entities that Marvel does own.
Exactly.
So that there's like you have like Uncanny Avengers and Extreme whatever.
Or the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Freaking Thing is one of the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and so is Kitty Pryde.
Wow.
So yeah, that's.
So yeah, and then you can say like, oh well, this was something like creatively we had planned for years. Like no, you had to plan as soon as you realized you didn't have the rights to these characters. Because Fox has the rights to everything mutant. So that's why
I think
that's why
Pietro down and just buy that shit back.
That's why Pietro and Wanda are not mutants in the cinematic universe.
Yeah,
they are enhanced. They are enhanced.
On one hand, though, I'll give it to them that like having this issue is making them have to kind of make things correlate a little better, make things connect better. Because, I mean, it always seems strange how X-Men was its own little bubble, but a lot of the X-Men characters, they come from other properties or other franchise. I shouldn't say franchises, but like a different part of the umbrella. Like the twins come from Avengers, but then they magically turned into mutants and ended up in X-Men, and that's where we know them from more. You know what I mean? But people like Wolverine, he came out of the Hulk, and then now he's the X-Men's poster child. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many characters that started in other places. It's almost strange to me that there's not like some kind of clause saying that there's a version of the character that Marvel can use and a version of the character that Fox can use. Because so many of the mutants didn't start out in X-Men books.
They don't want. I don't know whether it's TV and movies like afraid of the whole like multiverse issue of like having characters represented different ways in different areas. But like DC does the same thing where like that's why like Batman has never showed up in anything on the CW because they don't want an image of Batman to show up there that doesn't jive with what's happening in the movies because they think people will get confused.
But that's different that's way different from saying the character doesn't exist.
It's the same principle. They don't want a character represented in two places in a different way.
Yeah, but with this Marvel and Fox thing, it's only one representation. They don't want any. They're saying we don't want anything that's not Marvel. It's not our representation. We don't want it. So they're not letting Fox. Like, that's why there's no action figures for any of the Fox movies since The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is strange. But no X-Men figures, no Fantastic Four. It's been a long time since they've had some, like, Fantastic Four. And
but I didn't know that the contract ever included merchandising rights to Fox.
No, Marvel, they're doing that to kill it.
I know it didn't for Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, it didn't for Spider-Man. What I'm saying is they're using that as a way to kill awareness of, because like when you go to the store and you go to Target and you see, Spider-Man figures up front, then you're like, oh shit, they're these are for a movie. It's another form of awareness. So what they've done is they're cutting down the awareness. There's no video games, there's no movies, there's no posters, there's no fucking party favors, nothing with those characters pertaining to how they appear in the movies. So it cuts down on how much exposure those films get. And they're moving all across the board to try and cut that down to nothing. And they've even gone so far as to nix those characters from comics. They're working on X-Men because they're changing them up. But the Fantastic Four is done. They don't even exist in the Marvel Universe. They're gone. They just stopped making them. I forgot what the last issue was, but it was a couple months ago, and they completely cut them out of the They were like, this is the last issue, done. No more Fantastic Four. So you will never hear Marvel mention the Fantastic Four. They're even going so far as to go back to the covers of the old Secret Wars and replace characters.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, are you serious? Like, that's history. How do you go back and you do that? Predates the whatever this contract is. So at least back then we can remember it was a simpler time and these guys existed. But they're like, no, fuck that. They didn't exist.
Characters never existed, ever, not ever.
It's just weird, man.
Look into the neuralizer.
Yeah, it's strange. I think, honestly, it's not good for fans. You have fans of all ages who have come into comics from all different eras. And, like, some people came in because they read Fantastic Four books, you know, or, like, people like me. I came into comics, Marvel Comics, with the X-Men. So, like, for the X-Men, my team, not to be represented, it's kind of weird. And it's also kind of weird, though, that, like, in this new Secret Wars thing, they have a 90s X-Men comic. That's the X-Men are the 90s version now. So, like,
yeah,
how does that work? And then, like, you know, you're seeing in Marvel Legends, there's this, like, affinity to avoid X-Men characters unless it's Wolverine. And when they were speaking to, what's the dude's name? Anyways, the brand manager, whatever, I forgot his name. Shartimus Prime interviewed him and asked him, what's the deal with, you know, X-Men characters? How come we're not seeing X-Men characters in Marvel Legends or Fantastic Four characters? Do you have the rights to use all those guys? Homeboy said they have the rights to use anyone they want. Yet, we're getting 50 billion Ant-Man and Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, but we don't get, like, complete teams of X-Men and complete teams of anything else. Like, what's the deal with that? You know what I mean? It seems like they're saying one thing, obviously, and doing something else. So I don't think the fans are benefiting, and I don't think the fans get it. I've read comments where the fans are like, Marvel should just eat it up and just, you know, just get over themselves. They're being petty. I'm like, wow, this isn't a squabble between friends. This is like corporate shit. This is big corporate business,
this is
you know.
Billions.
Yeah. So
that's why Fox is like willing to, with everything they've got, hold on to them because, you know, I don't know what else they've got.
Mm-hmm.
As far as cinematic stuff, like things that they could like turn out every summer or so to, like, you know, to at least guarantee, like, you know, 6 figures.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think they've got anything else.
Yeah,
just back up the Brinks truck, dump a whole bunch of money on Fox's door, if possible.
Yeah, just buy it back, man.
If possible, make sure Bryan Singer is somewhere in the pile where you're going to dump the money. And you'll be good.
Or back up the truck on him first, and then dump the pile.
Exactly. Bingo. Because I'm totally done with his vision of the damn X-Men. Like that definitely needs to go. Like if they're buying it back, they can keep friggin' Fox can keep him.
Yeah, because I was watching I saw some of the photos they released, and I was like,
Ivan Ooze,
yo, where the fuck are the Power Rangers? Because Ivan Ooze is still alive.
What the hell? I looked at that, I'm like, wow, holy is that Apocalypse?
Like, that's one of the first times that somebody wrote a meme, and it was, like, dead on.
Oh, it's a meme?
Like, it's been a meme for a while. There's memes where they show cosplayers cosplaying as Apocalypse, and they're like, you know, this is done on a budget, this is done with millions. Fox, what the fuck? And, like, the cosplayer looks so much better. They got the right colors. He's blue and white with the lines on his lips, you know, whatever they call that. I can't remember what the name of that type of lip is that opens way at the back of your face and stuff. But, the big ass maw.
Yes.
Yeah, they got it right, man, and it looks good, and it's done on a budget with limited resources. And here's a whole studio, been around for 70 some odd years or more, and still can't do this. They can't get people to do it right. And I've seen a costume that's similar to what he's wearing in the book, but the face still looked like Apocalypse, so that you knew who it was. That shit, no.
I could show you something from, like, you know, the Star Wars online game that looks exactly like the suit he's wearing. so I venture to guess that's where they actually got it from.
Yeah.
They're trying too hard, and they're not trying in a way that pays homage to the original source material. Like, can you imagine? I have to go back to this again because it makes so much sense.
Lord of the
Like,
Rings.
if you took Lord of the Rings and you made Frodo Baggins like black and he was wearing street clothes,
It was Jaden
and
Smith.
the Shire was
Jaden
the
Smith
ghetto,
is Frodo.
motherfuckers would destroy like the internet would literally catch on fire, and burn down because of wave.
It's true.
So why would you do this with characters that have been long since established for decades? And just completely changed looks, changed character portrayals. It just shit. Why do that with comic books? Like, you don't do that with any other literary medium.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's always with comics. It's like they
don't
always
respect
feel the
it.
need to, well,
They don't
because,
respect
you
it.
know,
That's the problem.
I understand. No, I was gonna say I understand some things don't translate to film. No, fuck that. I understand in the '80s some things didn't translate.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
film.
Not now. We can do anything. We can do
a
anything
whole lot
now.
of stuff now. And if you're worried about whatever, just get Brock Lesnar and have someone like go over his voice,
Or have his body and have someone else do the head, do the facial capture, whatever.
Yeah, somebody who's that size. Have somebody that size be Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse is supposed to be like a physical threat as well. That guy is not even my size. So I'm like,
yep.
It's always, like I said, they always feel the need to. Man, they definitely hit the nail on the head with the Ivan thing. There was there was one that I saw. It was Ivan plus somebody equals Apocalypse. I can't remember who the somebody was, but it was perfect. Whoever they had in there, and I'm like, that's exactly where it came from.
Yeah, it's bad.
And this is supposed to be well, first off, he's the titular character, like main villain, like, so he's the tentpole for this whole thing. And they thought this was a good idea.
Yeah,
he's not scary at all. Like you said, he's supposed to be imposing. That nothing about that screams like, oh shit, this guy's gonna end me.
Yeah, but we already knew that it was gonna suck coming into it, so whatever.
Again, all you got is just hope, and like you hope for something more.
Yeah, well, you can go see Bats versus Supes, and you'll be happier than that, because at the very least, everybody looks like what they're supposed to look like. Even though Gal Gadot is not all like super diesel and shit, she still looks like some artist renderings of Wonder Woman. She's just like a skinny supermodel chick with dark hair and the armor that looks badass, and she's got a sword and a shield, and she looks like Wonder Woman. So
she's eating regularly.
Yeah, exactly. She may not be drinking fucking,
muscle milk.
Drinking fucking creatine and freaking concrete so she can build up those muscles and eat nothing but chicken cutlets.
You put dark hair on Ronda Rousey, you got Diana.
Or Gina Carano. I still say Gina Carano, her face structure reminds me of how Adam Hughes draws Wonder Woman.
I think it's the height thing, because I think Carano's only like 5'3".
I didn't know she was short.
But that's the one reason I wouldn't say her. But I'm like, other than that, she'd be great too. But no, like, you put freaking like dark hair on like Ronda Rousey, that woman is scary.
Yeah, but some
I saw this gif where
she's like awesome for the part.
Yeah, I saw a gif where somebody had made her into a Super Saiyan like they did with like LeBron and.
Oh my bad, she's 5'8", so maybe Toronto would be good if she could act.
She looked fucking evil.
Yeah, she looked too trailer trash. I don't.
Super Saiyan Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, man. The end when she was smiling and you see Master Room, she was in the back. I was like, damn, she's like she's about to destroy the world.
So.
And she slammed that girl, and the whole scene just blew up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Ronda Rousey. I think she's a little overrated. Like she's clearly.
I think physically she nails it.
Well, a lot.
Look at her in Furious 7, like how much bigger she was than freaking Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I don't see how she would have lost that fight.
Yeah, it was written that way.
I'll put her in the armor, and like I said, put her in the armor and dark hair. Like,
she could be the stunt double. She could easily be the stunt double. Yeah, be the stunt double.
Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
Cool, Rousey.
Mm-hmm. She could have been like, if you got another girl who has the physique, but wasn't a fighter, or not as good of a fighter, then you can have Ronda Rousey just be the stunt double because that's what they do all the time. Like freaking, have you ever seen Sophia Crawford? That chick's ripped. Like she's muscular and she's cut up like Bruce Lee, and she's still cut up like Bruce Lee. And she was freaking Sarah Michelle Gellar's stunt double. She was one of the Rangers on Zero Ranger. She was one of the. I think she was actually a guy's stunt double. She was a stunt double on something else. Her husband was also a stunt double on that too, Jeff Pruitt. God, I can't remember what other Sentai type show she was in. She was a suit actor for. She was in the movie, the Power Rangers movie. She was a stunt double for the Yellow Ranger and that. She's like it. The muscles sometimes translate different depending on how everything is shot and what the costumes look like, and you know what I mean. So there was a number of things they could do with her. I just don't think that they're going to have her doing anything that complex that you're going to need that kind of a stunt double. But I don't know. Like I said, in comparison to the X-Men shit, you already know the fighting is going to be on point. The costumes are on point. It's all the shit in between that, and even that. And that's actually bringing me to...
You mean Max versus Supes, not X-Men.
No. I said in comparison to X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in comparison to X-Men, yeah. Or at least I meant in comparison. Yeah, in comparison to X-Men, you know that Bats versus Supes will have all the shit that they're deficient in will be sufficient in that. And based on the trailer stuff, it's a lot of like, man, like people are speculating their asses off. There was a theory about the Joker, some fan theory where they said that this version of the Joker is actually Jason Todd and not the Joker because he has the brand, the J brand on his face, like where the tear should be, that tattoo. Because you remember the Joker branded him during all the torture and all that craziness, and it's in Arkham Knight, so you get to see it again with fresh eyes, you know, in a different directorial style. I don't know. It would be a stretch to some degree unless that's the way that they're going to follow that portion of the story. You know what I mean? And they also, I think that it might not be that because in this one, Grayson is dead. So I think all this shit happened to Dick because they show his, in the trailer, they show his tombstone.
Oh, so Grayson's tombstone?
Yeah.
It says his name on it?
It says his name on it and everything. I was like, wow.
Doesn't mean he's dead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could fake it. But, I mean, with this, they want reasons for Batman to be so pissed off. So, more than likely, he's probably dead. So, I don't know. It could be Grayson. It could be Dick Grayson. Just, they put him through, you know, what's his name's arc? Jason Todd's arc. It's just weird, though. I'm like, man, you know how insane that would be for a plot twist? To have the Robin that you thought died be the Joker that you've been dealing with all this time. Like, that's nuts. It's some crazy shit.
Sure would be interesting if they go that route.
Yeah. Shit, I'd buy that for $1. I don't care. Like, with all the changes... I know, right? With all the changes that they've made, I was all late and shit.
Come on, man.
With all the changes that they've made to like Batman and Superman over the years, it's like not even that far-fetched that they would go in that direction, you know? But there's a lot of shit that I've seen between that and Suicide Squad that's kind of like, it's really piquing my interest. I don't know, what do you guys think about all that shit?
Straight doo-doo.
Wow.
I mean, I'm hopeful that it turns out to be good.
Based on what you saw, I know it's a trailer.
It does in some ways, but I want it to be good.
Based on what you saw.
I still haven't seen the Suicide Squad trailer because
I haven't either.
Warner Brothers said I wasn't supposed to.
What about based on what you saw for Batman vs. Superman, what do you think? The second trailer, the 4-minute trailer, the one that played at Comic-Con.
I wasn't supposed to see that either, so I didn't.
I didn't see the 4. I just saw whatever they put out.
That is the one. They put it out afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks very, very promising. I mean, like I said, I never thought it was going to be shitty.
Okay.
Even back before we saw anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping it turns out to be really damn good. And they don't, you know, I don't know. It looks promising, and I just want to see it. I want to see it so that I can finally, decide for myself whether they, get the damn thing. I'm holding out until then. Like, I'm not watching any other trailers that come out after this.
Yeah.
Until the movie comes out.
Yeah, I'm definitely hopeful too. Like I was definitely not feeling it at first glance.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It definitely
either.
got me excited to see the film.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know me, I told you it was going to be in my opinion, it sounded like a train wreck, and then all of a sudden, this bits and pieces of stuff start popping up, and I'm like, holy shit, there's hope. There's fucking hope. The S on the chest means hope. Like, I can't believe this.
I try to conclusion definitely like.
I know, right? Just do it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was just like, wow, this actually looks good. Like, it made me think back to like. I mean, like I've been a Batman fan, but as of recent, in the last like 5-10 years, I've kind of been like, fuck Batman. I'm tired of seeing him. But then I realized that like when you see this Batman, it's like we actually haven't really been seeing Batman. We've been seeing people's like interpretation of the character and not like the character. And finally, it looks like we're gonna get the closest to the character that we've ever had on screen, from the costume to the freaking, the car. The only thing that's weird is the fucking Batwing. What the fuck? That thing looks like a UFO.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds like one too.
Yeah.
So this is the Batman you need, not the one you deserve.
No, it's the one we deserve. the one we should have gotten a long time ago. It's weird. Like, his costume is so simple, and they've constantly shied away from it for more complicated black costumes, which doesn't make sense. You want to save money, simplicity is the way. And finally, someone says, "Hey, we'll be simple with something, and let's make him have the look." No, what? What are you talking about?
So no, simple is not the way. Garish and just loud, audacious.
Garish.
Just louder the better.
Yeah, apparently.
Of course, my initial complaint with it was, I'm like really, we're doing the Dark Knight Returns now. Then my first snarky thought was, what, you want to have your superheroes fight before like Cap and Iron Man go at it in 2 years?
Yeah, I mean that's the cynical.
That was my first snarky.
Yeah, that's the snarky, cynical way to look at it. But
like, I caught myself, but I'm also like, and that thing you sent me the other day, I'm like, look, I get it. People fly into buildings, like people die. Like people died in the Avengers movie. They just didn't talk about it.
Exactly.
Now,
and it's
and again, so going completely in the opposite direction is just as uncool.
What do you mean?
Like, hey, look at that skyscraper. Look at all those people. Guess what? They didn't make it.
I mean, hey, it's a direction. I mean, it's you right. That's it's something to do.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like again, the pendulum swings the other way. That's just as not good.
That doesn't make any sense.
Whether that's gonna that's gonna like sit the opposite with. Look, you can't make me believe that you evacuated an entire country in friggin' 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So no, you can't do that. So at the same time, on the flip side of that coin, that accentuate the fact that like hundreds of thousands of people are dying right now. I already know that. Buildings are falling. People are in them. I get it. I fucking get it. All right, shit. Now just get this fucking fight over with.
I don't get what the disdain is for that fight. I still want to know.
I don't either.
I want to understand people sit down and watch Dragon Ball. People sit down and watch Evangelion. People sit down and they've watched a plethora of other films where buildings fall down. Shit, there's a whole genre of film in which buildings fall down and people die, and you don't hear this kind of an outcry. But then in Superman,
yes.
Yeah, and then disaster porn. Like, and then like in then this movie, Superman actually, this is a byproduct of him fighting evil people who don't give a shit about people, and everyone wants to complain.
As he is, and maybe if his dad had let him do stuff like somewhere where there were no people, maybe he could
anytime people with this kind of strength fight, this is what should be the result. And we've seen it in animation.
I mean, this is what's going to be the premise of Civil War too.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's a combination of the fact that Yeah, that's
I think
everything.
this is a
It's literally Ultron and the invasion. It's like, wow, we had people that we needed to that wound up needing to like actually save off this invasion, but holy fuck, look what they could do. And then one of them made this thing that like, destroyed a country in the next few years.
yeah.
So yeah, now all of a sudden my sentiment is like,
But this is what I'm saying. Like that's literally how ignorant this is. The hatred for Man of Steel is a perfect example of mob mentality. It's bullshit because you watch Marvel and people suck Marvel's dick, and the same shit's going on in Marvel except they save a couple people, and nobody says anything. Hulk, every time the Hulk steps on screen, 2,000 people fucking die, and nobody says anything. No, the whole the unnecessary Hulkbuster and Hulk fight in Johannesburg, at least 2,000 people died. 3 or 4 buildings.
Like, hey, well, it's a good thing nothing of value was lost in that fight.
Two or 3 buildings fell down.
Black people scattered, didn't you hear?
Yeah.
Because we're definitely not talking about that. There's not going to be some outpouring from the UN at the start of freaking what is it called, Civil War? The next Cap movie. Like, there's not going to be some outpouring of support, some pledging of aid. Like Cap. No, nobody's showing up.
Well, Tony did say he was sending aid and shit to that area.
Another Veronica. Another Veronica here, just in case he comes back. Somebody call in here. They don't know what to do.
The point of the matter is that
I'm not upset about about Man of Steel. You read my text, right?
No, you're not. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general.
Again, and I understand. I can't understand it in the sense that the Superman, the Kal-El you saw in that movie was literally not the one you saw in the books because this one had no training. He was fighting people who were trained to friggin' fight and kill and have the same powers that he had.
Exactly.
So the way that he would have handled these threats had to be different because he didn't know anything else to do. He did whatever he could.
Yeah, he did the best he could.
Damage, but he's fighting people who didn't give a shit about minimizing damage.
Exactly.
And even like the end when he's like, "Oh, why would he kill Zod? Hold on, time out."
Yeah,
you're pissed about that. And like you said, thousands of other people like already died. And like, I get it. Yes, he's gonna like fry these 4 in front of him. Which, trust me, I'm sure like that was literally the thing that made him snap. Over all the damage, and now it's like, well, the only way I can stop you right now is to like snap neck. So snap neck.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like it's clear that there is no phantom zone or negative zone, whatever the fuck they call it. Like,
they escaped from it anyway. So.
Yeah, like there's no place that you can put him. There is no prison on Earth or the solar system that can hold him.
Yeah.
So no, you just got to get rid of him.
And
that's the way you get rid of him.
And also, it's the catalyst.
Am I upset about the way it played out? No, I'm not. It played out the only way it could.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying, like, we keep on hearing from people the snarky, like, Superman shouldn't do this. I mean, shit, it was just in Agent O's comment of the week thing. People still don't get it. And they still want to say that, Superman should have done something else. And it's like, yes, Superman would have done something else. This was Clark Kent putting on the Superman suit for the first fucking time. There's a difference. Yep. So, and I get tired of hearing it because it's like an unfair scale by which you're measuring a character. He has a journey. They're showing you the journey. If Batman could fuck up half of Gotham on his first day putting on the suit or his first month or week or whatever, putting on the suit.
The Nolan Batman fucked up his entire career.
Yeah. He lost everything, and people still are like, he's a badass. Like, okay, whatever. He's still an idiot. He doesn't know how to keep his money. He humped the main villain. He, all kinds of dumb shit,
he let his mansion burn down.
Yeah, like...
And just left the country.
The world's greatest detective, question mark.
He got robbed.
That's what he turned him into. It was like, what? You're horrible at this.
At all of it. You can't fight. You barely could hold your own against Bane, and Bane wasn't doing anything amazing. He was just strong. The 2 things he did amazing was he freaking climbed up that chain with his bare hands, not using his legs at all. and then he picked up Batman with like one hand and ran with him and just threw him like he was nothing. I'm like, damn, dude, like you really got hustled. Like your whole ass got beat, like everything.
I know, he didn't even have Venom.
Yeah.
Oh, he was just straight size.
Yeah, Roy.
And it's sad because like
he just had plain old.
you have people saying that this is the best fight they've ever seen, and like Jackie Chan fights guys like that, and he even makes fun of them while he beats them, and he shows you how you take apart a guy bigger than you. Batman couldn't do it. Like I refuse to believe that that's acceptable, but that's the way people have been trained, and now you have this weird machine where people keep on a revolving door of people just bitching about stuff at a topical level. Yeah, a lot of people died. I get it. They died. But it's war, essentially. It's a new kind of war. That's what happens. And the whole thing was parallels to war, and that's the point. But, you know, whatever. I just think that it was super smart of them to go in the direction that they're going with Bats versus Supes. It'd be funny if that's what it was called. Bats versus Supes, Dawn of Justice. But that direction...
Actual bats dodging balls.
Like the direction they're going. I mean, shit. And people made the joke about the court case shit, and the trailer opens up with the fucking court case. It's like so much of the thing, like so much of what you're seeing in just the trailer. I don't normally even get excited for trailers because I know they're cut up to make you interested. So you know, I still feel like there's that hint of the possibility that it could be nothing like what you saw in the trailer, but given Zack Snyder's track record, which is another thing I'm gonna get to. Usually, what you see in the trailer is what you're gonna see in the film because he's that kind of a director.
I got it. I finally figured it out.
What?
This whole thing's gonna be like Sucker Punch, and all the fighting's gonna take place like in their mind, like while they're giving testimony during the court case.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I was gonna snap.
Wow. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
But no, honestly, you're right though. It's like,
Jesus Christ! You need to go stand in a corner for that one. My God. Jesus Christ.
I refuse. You know, I'm way more hopeful about this than I was at first glance. Because, like I said, I don't know. I did have tonal issues originally with like Man of Steel. If only I had seen it.
So how could you have tonal issues and you didn't see it?
It's like, well,
you're doing a bad job defending yourself.
You can. Man, this is the internet. People like speak bullshit all the time.
Yeah, but you can't do that. We don't do.
People talk about games they've never played.
I know. I know.
I'm going to say like I'm speaking bullshit. Well, first off, I'm not going to read the comments, so I won't know. So, like, don't waste your time typing it. Go make a comment on PewDiePie's page.
No, I'm just saying we don't. We're trying to change that. At least this is supposed to be one place where we don't do that. Where it's
no, honestly, I had all intents to actually try to catch this lately, but apparently it's not on my DVR. So I thought it was because I mean it was on for like a month or two.
Oh, they're not playing it at all?
No, now they're not playing it because I think it's supposed to be coming on. It's got like massive amounts of bullets and friggin' superpowered weaponry, and you just happen to be chasing a giant. You have to be being chased by a giant Venus flytrap.
Hey, but you can get one-shotted by a giant beetle person with all those muscles, and you can't break free. I swear I was laughing so hard, and the thing just held you up like a little child and just beat your rib cage up. Like, okay, dude, like your muscles mean nothing to me. And he just beats the living
power, bitch. I go through concrete.
Yeah, he just beats the living hell out of you, just stabbing you, and it's like, wow, despite all my muscles, despite all my weapons, I still go down like a bitch when a giant bug gets a hold of me. And it's funny because it's like it's like Toneberry from Final Fantasy. Like it's so slow, but he has a pattern, and if you somehow get into the way of that pattern, you're fucked.
Like 999.
I've never seen anybody get hit by Toneberry.
I did. I saw my friend do it. I think because he was kind of purposefully screwing around. No, he started out closer than he usually did. or something like that. Like I swear his position was different.
Uh-huh.
Because normally he's in like if it's one enemy, he's in the middle. But like I swear he was closer, or he took like, or he didn't like walk around as much. I think he pretty much just walked straight the entire time. And like, dude, when your people's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, when your dude's gonna die, and then sure enough, he got somebody. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
When I saw how slow he was moving, I was like, yeah, this dude is gonna fucking kill you if he touches you. So I just murked. Everybody was limit breaking his ass like as much as possible. Like I'm not even gonna see what happens.
Oh shit. But yeah, man. But that's what you have to do. I mean, and stuff like what's the name? That's why people are so excited about friggin' Silent Hills, like in PT and all that shit. Even like what you saw from that demo, where you're just, you pretty much existed in that hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was it. As soon as you figured your way out, you were right back there. Like, dude, that in and of itself is like unsettling.
Yeah, yeah. It can't be the like over the top. I mean, I guess it can, but you have to
There's
mix
room
it.
for that too.
Yeah, you have to mix it with the the subtle kind of situational horror. The shit that gets me, I can't do. I can deal with the other stuff, but I can't deal with body horror. Like movies where like The Fly and shit, where the dude's changing and turning into something gross and like there's nothing he can do about it. I can't deal with that shit. Like, yeah, no. We get old and you lose control of like, at one point you're youthful, you have like muscle control, you have muscle mass, and as you get older, you start to lose all these things and whatnot. And it's like, that's inevitability. That makes sense. But when it's some accelerated crazy shit, you're turning into a zombie. Like, fuck. I don't want to see that shit. Like, that's not even cool. That's way outside of the realm of, like, regular possibility. And there's, like, almost nothing that you can do. Werewolf movies, same thing. And I actually dig most werewolf movies. But, you can't do anything. Once it happens, it happens. You just got to figure out either kill the alpha or kill the one that turned you. You know what I mean? And maybe that'll work. But
maybe he'll get back to normal. Yeah.
But yeah, like body horror shit, just I can't deal with it. I'm like, I'm good. I mean, I'm not even a horror fan to begin with, but like that's the kind that like it's like ugh, disgusting on a different level. I can't deal with it. Like how Agent O, how you feel about zombies, that's how I feel about like body horror movies. I'm just like, that's just gross. Because they always go out of their way to make it like a parallel for something else, like puberty or, you know what I mean? Like some other kind of something that actually happens. And by doing it, it's like, oh, wow, I kind of understand it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, if that's what puberty or this thing is like, I don't want that. Or good thing I survived that.
So I take it you didn't like the movie Jennifer's Body?
No, I didn't even watch the whole thing. I think it was boring and it was extremely predictable. I think like that was the one with Fox, right?
Yeah,
Megan Fox. Yeah, I did see that shit. It was boring and some of it was predictable. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of boobies and stuff every now and then, but like they weren't my kind of boobies. I like big old boobies with silver dollar nipples.
Why you?
I don't like those
That's
little.
wrong.
Those,
That's not everybody's boobies. That's not.
I know those are mine. Those are the ones I want to see. Those are my favorites. I don't want to see those little fake ass, like upturned banana boobs that they always have. Gets on my nerve. Always gets on my nerves. I'm like, you searched out girls that all have the same exact type of boobs, same type of everything, the whole anatomy. I'm just like, yeah, you guys need to stop. I like girls.
I mean, they were doing that with like male actors too. It's like,
oh yeah, that's Hollywood in a nutshell.
Look at the lead for RoboCop. Look at freaking Sam Worthington and Jai Courtney
and all that shit. Yeah.
Like, dude, if I put like all three of you like in a row and said like, all right, which one is Jai Courtney? Go.
I know 95% of America would be like,
okay.
I know you got the whammy.
not even commenting on their friggin' like acting ability or like whatever that is. No, just literally eyeball test. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
like,
they all fit the
like,
same
you're
exact description.
yeah, like you're just like rolling these guys. Or like you said, they specifically like look for the people that fit that same like prototype. And I'm like, oh my god, it's just like venture outside your comfort zone a little bit. Like you said, different heights, different shapes, different sizes.
Yeah, because all that shit would it helps also. People don't understand, at least with a lot of casting directors, seem not to understand that like when you write a character, everything plays into how you remember that character. You know, if the character is I don't know, super passive aggressive, and she's not the perfect like build and everything. You know what I mean? And she's a little self-conscious. Like a lot of these adjectives or these details play into other details. You know what I mean? Like if you have these things, then you probably will have these things, and you probably will look like this because it all plays into how you view yourself, what you will do, what you won't do, blah blah blah. And it seems like they forget that. You cast like those movies where they cast all pretty people, but then the girl with glasses and baggy clothes is supposed to be the ugly girl.
Yeah.
and we're gonna make her beautiful.
Was that not another teen movie where they went over that?
Yeah, where they made fun of it. Yeah, it's like, come on.
Oh, no, she's got glasses and overalls. Got paint on them.
It's like she's wearing the wrong clothes. That's it. She's still hot as fuck, and you know it. And they act like, you know, she's just so gross and whatnot. And I can't believe that even after movies like that have spoofed it to death, that they still make those movies.
They'll do that. I'm like,
well, hell, they had that show. What is it, Ugly Betty?
Yeah.
Like, and even as a nerd, I was like, she's still cute. Like,
yeah.
what is so ugly about this chick?
Yeah, she has braces.
Glasses.
She has braces and she's thick.
She's not that ideal. Not whether that's your definition of ideal or not.
No, but the American ideal.
No, she doesn't fit that ideal like model of like beauty. So therefore,
yeah. Because, like, you see that a lot. Like, the blonde is always the hot one. You know how many brunettes I've seen that are hotter than 95% of the blondes that I see on television and shit? Or, like, in the alternative research world that us men do, there's a lot of brunettes that look better than the generic blondes. You know? There's a lot of brunettes that dye their hair blonde so they can fit in because that's the standard, percentage-wise. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... It's annoying. It's like, give us variety. Let us see more. There's so much more out there. You know, like, it just doesn't make sense that everything is always kind of like this, I don't know. It's just figured out in this generic kind of way.
Yeah, they
it's funny. I have a coworker. She dyes her hair black. She's actually a natural blonde.
Wow. I mean, and I'm sure that, and I know those exist too, but it seems like there's been studies saying that...
I mean, there's more of one than the other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's been studies saying that, you know, when people see women and they see the blonde, for some reason, the blonde always... I mean, and it's not for some reason. It's brainwashing to some degree, but, like, the blonde is the one everyone perceives as being the hotter one, even if she really is not as hot as the others. And it's like, oh, come on. You know,
we must have done that study in Japan.
No, when we were in sociology, our teacher pointed it out. I wish I remembered the name of the study or the name of the first person who did the study, but they've done it several times, and it always was like that's where the whole blondes have more fun. That was the catalyst for the study, and I've seen it done on TV shows on like fucking PBS and shit like that, where they want to see like what do people perceive when they see a blonde in a group, you know, like would they go for the blonde first, would they go for the brunette, whatever. And for whatever reason, because they've been taught, you've been told over and over that the blonde is the best one, everybody goes for the blonde. I mean, that's why else would you have a brunette dyeing her hair blonde? That's a lot of work. You're a brunette, now you're gonna bleach your hair and then dye it? Like, I don't know. That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Whatever works, though. I'm not, whatever. I was an equal opportunity, I don't know, penis, I guess.
I prefer equal opportunity provider.
There you go, provider.
I said offender, but you know.
Offender. Wow. Wow.
But yeah, I definitely. So, ladies, just be happy with what you got.
No, you got it already. He said, "Don't cut off your vagina." Oh man, that was so funny.
Like, yeah, it's sad because it damn sure isn't. It isn't evolution. Don't let people convince you that it's that. Like, no, it's marketing.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's marketing. And at the end, there's nothing wrong with being blonde. If you're naturally blonde and you're confident, you're beautiful, that's awesome. If you have darker hair,
that's awesome too.
Feel the need.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're confident and you're beautiful, don't feel the need. Like, I need to have. No, you do not.
Yeah.
Need to have blonde hair.
But it's funny because like you see it in like games with the designs of your characters. You know, like in anime, you'll see I shouldn't say anime, but game design borrows a lot from anime because it's the same. A lot of times it's similar concept artists or character designers and stuff, or they're inspired by anime or whatever. But you'll see white characters with all colors of hair, you know, different color hair like blue, purple, yellow, pink, whatever. But then black people always get the same. They get white, and that's it. It's either white or black.
Yeah, it's like white or red. I think some red. So
well, like Akuma, yeah.
White, black, and blonde are like the mainstays.
It's so weird, and that's it. It's always the same couple colors. It's like, man, why is it we can't just run the gamut? You know, like just like everybody else. I don't know. It's too much of this. Like, I don't know. It's just bad. It's all bad.
Or like in movie or like in anime, it's always the blonde haired characters that are like the most powerful or have like the most unique abilities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at like Naruto and Bleach.
Yeah.
Naruto's like the strongest, not just because he has the Jinchuriki, but it's because he's blonde compared to everybody else. He's the blonde-haired Japanese guy, so that automatically makes him like super special.
Yep.
He is clearly the focus because everyone else has dark hair and he does not, so he stands out in the crowd. Villain almost never has light color hair though.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Unless it's white.
They always do the super pale guy with
the white hair. Yeah.
So they have white hair. Yeah.
Unless you want to be like Inuyasha. It's funny because when we were in college, people were digging that shit, and I was like, "This is terrible." I'm like, "Watch Ranma. That's way better." Like, this is terrible.
I liked it at first, but it went on too long. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Same thing. I was into it at first too, and then like I guess when they literally started to loop, you know, story points, it's like, I'm never coming back to this time, and then she comes back and it's like, go back to your own time, and it just like blocks the well so she can't come back. I'm like, seriously, like,
fuck already and get it
exactly. I'm like, seriously, I don't care whether you fought in now or in the past, just block and get it over with.
Get attention out of there and be done with
it. Damn. You said that just when I was drinking. Damn.
There, that redeems me from getting put in the corner.
Oh man.
I'm like seriously, because it's like the same sort of thing. They like survive like, you know, one minor threat, and then what was it? Naraku, and then Naraku comes back, and then they survive that, and then like they want to leave, and then.
But what about the jewel? They collected all the shards, and they almost had it all back together again. And then that shit broke again, and they had to start collecting it all over again. Like, fuck this show.
That's what I was thinking.
That's why I said, like, watch Ranma. It was so much more satisfying.
It's like, it broke. I'm like, into what? Like 5,000 pieces? That's not even right. Like, it was the size of your friggin' thumb. Like, it couldn't. And then it's like, nope, we're almost done. like friggin' 60 episodes. We're almost done. I'm like, whoa, hold on. And then, like you said, they finally did it, and it broke again. And then, like you said, I don't want to come back. Come back. Don't come back anymore. And then goes back to get her, and I'm like,
yeah, it was padded and it was stretched out so they could make the money. That's all it's about, you know.
But yeah, but for a little while it was fun. It was cool, and then like you said, as soon as they start they start running through the same ideas again, it's like, all right, I guess I can stop now. Yeah, you're right. Ranma definitely more worth your time. Like, I couldn't tell you anything now because I'm old and I don't watch anime anymore.
Yeah, it's been a while. I want to find all of Ranma and watch through it again because I know it's a lot. And they had like 5 or 6 movies, so and they all the movies progressively had better animation.
And just be ready for that voice actress to leave somewhere around the middle. So.
Which one, Akane?
Or did she come back? The one that did Ranma.
Oh yeah, I think before the end of the series, she does pop back up.
Okay.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, she left. I want to say she left around the time of the 3rd movie, possibly.
Wasn't she the voice of Doonin' Nuts? Doonin' Nuts.
That is an awesome name.
It's just funny because it was Newt, but they always mispronounced it in the movies. And then just like whatever his name is, Borearos, they always is it Boliaros? Is it Borearos? What is it? Like it's been different things.
They said it. I think I remember saying Briarios or something like that, and I'm like, I don't think that's how you say it.
Yeah, no, that's not a real name. You fail.
You made this shit up, and you wrote it.
Yeah.
If you can't say it, then write something.
Yeah, you can say. Yeah.
Why do you think Toriyama kept that shit simple and he just called everybody food?
Yeah, because he didn't even. He was because he was goofing off. He said. He was just playing around. He didn't expect any of that shit to catch on. It just goes to show you what the American public is all about.
It's like Goku's like Piccolo. Wait, Piccolo? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, man. It's like there's no way that you're supposed to take the shit seriously, but yet America takes it seriously. Well, the youth of America takes it seriously. They're like, you don't like Goku? I'll fucking kill you. So bad that they had to turn around and redo Superman versus Goku on Screw Attack. I mean, I don't like that shit. Death Battle, I think it's stupid because they only pick what they want to pick. But like when it comes to the facts about the characters, but then just to appease the evil ass just can't let it go fans, they had to do another one. You know, I mean, they know they'll get a ton of.
They did another one where Goku won.
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but they did.
I know they did another one. I didn't watch it either, but
I'm probably not going to watch it because all that shit gets on my nerves. Death Battle, freaking Super.
I will say though the Deadpool
Joker.
Domino versus Joker and Harley Quinn was pretty good.
Yeah, because it felt logical for once. Like freaking Ryu versus a Power Ranger? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't care if it is Jason David Frank. They can't punch Goldar and knock him out, and you're trying to tell me that Ryu can't just punch freaking the Green Ranger and knock him the fuck out? Like, get out of here.
That was just an excuse to get Jason David Frank back.
He got a suit, so the suit makes the punches not hurt as much.
Why would the two even fight? Like, it just was stupid. It was just stupid.
That was dumb.
And then Scorpion versus the White Ranger. Like, wait, what? And you tell me Scorpion wouldn't just kill him immediately? Like, really? It was just annoying. It's like, you guys, this fandom shit. I actually am about to upload a video about that, about how, and I talked about this, I think, the last time, how I'm a fan of certain things, but I can't stand the fandom that goes with a lot of this stuff. Because people just get too into it to the point where it's not fun anymore. It's like, when you believe that this shit is real, you got issues. You can't be a grown man and believe that Goku is fucking real. Like,
that's the problem with people who are not grown men who are not adults. Who, I mean, there's a time.
They're not mentally stable adults.
Bingo. Yeah, there's one thing where you can like still have an appreciation for the things that you grew up watching and playing and all that stuff. That's fine because because instead of leaving this stuff behind, you've just like incorporated it into your adult life. But no, now you have like all these freaking man children out here,
Exactly.
who are mentally and emotionally incapable of being adults.
Exactly.
So they just cling more tightly to like everything from their childhood. So like you said, their cartoon characters, their action figures, all that stuff. That becomes like the most important thing to them on this planet.
And it's funny, I'm not even being hypocritical. I have a man cave full of action figures and comics and all that shit, but it's fake. I enjoy it. It's my entertainment, and I know it. I even contribute to it with my own comics and my own characters and shit, and you can see them up there.
And by the way, where is your man cave?
At the top of my damn house.
Yeah, what do you say? In your house, right?
Yeah, in my house, yes.
There you go, folks. Right there. That's balancing adult responsibilities with like childhood interests.
Yeah, exactly. True.
Like, so if you can do that, more power to you. If not,
I just don't understand. I don't understand like when people. This guy, I read a comment today because someone was talking about.
See, that's your problem. What did I just say?
I know. I have to because I try to answer the comments in my stuff. So I try to listen.
I'm a dick. by the Team America definition, I am a dick.
I read this comment on this video about the top 10 overlooked DC heroes that need movies, and they had Martian Manhunter on there, and I think a lot of people in the comments were saying he should have been number one because Warner Brothers somehow neglected the shit out of him in this initiative with their new Justice League and their cinematic universe and stuff. And so this one guy goes, why Manhunter? He has more powers than Superman. That makes him boring. Another guy goes, makes him boring? He's like, there's so much stuff you could do with those powers. And then another guy is like, yeah, and why are you comparing him to Superman? And the guy kind of goes in on the generic route about Superman being boring. He's too perfect, blah, 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 blah. Another guy is telling him Superman is supposed to be the stick by which everyone else is measured. That's his role. He's the first. He's the one that everybody else is striving to be at least somewhat on that level. He's an example. And then the guy goes, he's boring because he does everything right, and it's like, he's invincible and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, they've killed him before, so, okay, there's that. He's also, when he fights people on his level, the stories are more interesting. And the guy brings up Hulk, Sentry, and some other people. And I was like, okay, see, when you start bringing up characters like that, who are just as insanely powerful as the guy who you hate, but they kill people, that goes to show you exactly what your problem is. Like, if you can't, it's one thing if you just don't like a character because things they do and things that, whatever, it just doesn't appeal to you. But when the reason why you like these guys who do the same shit is because they kill and he doesn't kill, okay, you're a man-child. You clearly don't need complex plots. You don't need moral compasses. You just want killing you want the adolescent power fantasy, complete with no responsibility killing. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how everybody took it and was like, yeah, no, there's more to it than that. But nobody called him out for Sentry. If someone says they hate Superman and then they bring up Sentry, I'm going to shit on you through this internet. Like, I'm going to send you a turd through the fucking internet. Because that's the most moronic, most hypocritical bullshit, like logic ever. Superman's boring because he's infinitely powerful, but the guy with the power of 1,000 exploding suns is not boring because he's got mental illness. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I was just laughing to myself. It was one of the times where I'm doing what I told you. I'm not answering these things anymore. I'm observing, so I understand where people's heads are at. But, yeah, I'm totally like, yeah, this makes no sense. People are really stupid when it comes to which heroes are worthy and which ones are not. You know, like
Just so long as it's not a backed up, bloody Taco Bell Miralax shit.
oh no, it's gonna be a corn and peanut shit, like for real, straight up corn and peanuts. Maybe I'll eat some broccoli so it'll be green.
Need some greens in there.
There you go. I want to give you the best of all worlds.
all five.
I know, right? I want to let you know how I truly feel. I want it to be binded together properly. So make sure I eat some like shredded wheat or something. And yeah, about to give it to you, the whole nine. Like, it's just strange to me though, like the logic. This is another reason why I don't join any groups that have that stuff. I don't know if this is the same thing for you guys. Like, do you join groups that are kind of related to your favorite shit? Like I used to.
Well, like on Facebook or something?
Like anywhere. I used to. I did. I was part of several DC groups, but I had to leave because the people were fucking morons. Like everything was like 2 minutes ahead of you. Like when they were casting characters, Idris Elba played every black character in the DC universe. And then if you said something to him, then they'd get all nasty. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm the one who's offering options. You're the one who thinks one black man. There's a possibility that fucking Warner Brothers would hire one black man to play every black person in the fucking DC universe. They were like, he should
black man to rule them all.
I know, right? The head, yeah. It just pissed me off. I was like, man, you got to be. Yeah, pretty much. And like when I said it, you know, and I didn't say it in a rude way. I was like, you know, I said there's other people that could play these roles, like blah blah blah, and then I got fucking mountains of hate because I didn't agree with that. And I was like, if these are the kind of morons that are, you know, who DC and who these focus groups cater to, then I'm sticking to other shit because these idiots don't know what's going on. They have no fucking clue.
So who can be Cyborg? Idris Elba.
Pretty much.
That's who Tyrese should be. He shouldn't be Jon Stewart. He should be Cyborg.
Yeah,
I could.
he could easily be Cyborg.
Yeah, I could definitely see Cyborg more than Jon Stewart. I'm like, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, I hope he acts his ass off and doesn't come off like his character in Fast and Furious.
He
It's
can't.
Roman bitches.
He can't. He has to change it up. He's gonna have to.
I'm Roman bitches.
Come together like butt cheeks. Like, yeah, he's gonna have to change it up a little bit.
But that's it.
It's weird though, you know. Like, have you guys been a part of like fan pages of any kind, and then you kind of get to that point where it's just like these guys don't know anything about this thing that they're supposed to be fans of? Like,
well, back in the day, I was back when Jet Li had put up his message board.
I remember that shit. I was on there.
Yeah.
I got off there
I was on that for a while.
I got off there because there was like 10 people who knew martial arts movies outside of Jet Li. It was weird because we always had conversations with the same group of people, you included, and everybody else was just like, Jet is the greatest. Yay, Jet Li.
Yeah, it was a lot of that.
There was that chick, remember the chick that was like super hardcore? She wanted to hump Jet Li and she would like write those weird like sex poems and shit about Jet Li and his jade stem. I was like, what the hell? What is this? I was like, man, like that kind of stuff is where I was like, yeah, I'm gone. Peace, man. I can't do this. His jade stem. She literally wrote like freaking, you know, like Harlequin romance novel type shit about humping Jet Li on his own message board. And the man, he's married and shit. It's like, you can't, that's like really disrespectful. You can have your fantasy, but it's your fantasy. You don't have to put it out there for everybody to know about like that. That's not even fair.
Right there.
Yeah, it's
Jet
just
Li's right there. You can see it all.
because yes, Jet Li is gonna read this and be like, "Oh my goodness, I have to leave my wife and kids so I can hump her."
He's like, I'm sorry.
I'm
I had the hunger, honey. I need more money. I need more money. It's like time is just hard.
You try so hard.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I was just like, I can't do this anymore, man. I'm going. I'm leaving. This is no good. No mas. I don't know, man.
That sucks.
What
Nobody policed this or anything. They're like,
not really.
All such inquiries to Mr. Lee.
I mean, it was bad though. At one point, like in the early, like I think Jet was only on there. Like I only know one time he was actually on the boards, and that was after Romeo Must Die. Because a lot of people were hating on the movie, and so he came on there as himself. Like his avatar name was Jet Li, and people, and he was saying some things about the movie, and people were like bashing him real hard, and like they were bashing him really hard, and I was like, okay, I kind of see what you're saying. I feel like there could have been more there. Like the movie had potential to be better than how it turned out.
Yeah, but he didn't write or direct it, so like you're yelling at the wrong person.
Yeah, like
he was saying there was things in the movie that they cut out. And I was saying like, yeah, it makes sense because it always seemed like they wanted to focus more on Jet Li's and Aaliyah's relationship, and it just never happened because he was talking about the scene where I guess they cut the scene out where they actually kiss on camera or whatever, and so people were bashing him and shit, and I was and you know a few of us were like, you know what, like his opinion is just as valid as yours. Then I get a private message from somebody who knows the webmaster, and she was telling me like that was actually Jet Li. So once word got out that it was actually him, like everybody changed their tune. All the haters were changing their tune.
Of course. Fucking cowards, man.
Oh my God, no, he was going to totally invite us to his villa. No.
I know, right? I was going to get to see the Jade Stem. Like, oh, man. Fucking cowards, man. That shit gets on my nerves. What about you, Clarion? Were you ever a part of any groups that, like, shared your fandom for something and then it just got stupid after a while?
Well, no, the internet scares and worries me. So I just stay off of it. I'm damn sure not joining any Transformers appreciation page at this point because for a whole generation of fans.
Yeah, I know, right?
Transformers.
Yeah, I did join TFW 2005, like back in like 2003 or 2006, but I never really posted on those.
Yeah, I used to just watch stuff on there. I would lurk, as they say. I would only lurk. But
you read that post, yeah.
But I never had the I'm not as big into it as they are. Like there's periods of Transformers, you know, history that I'm really into and I like and I can actually keep up in conversation, but I didn't read all that shit, so I don't know all the different changes. I don't even know all the forms of like some of the characters, so I never felt like, you know, I can jump in and have that kind of conversation with folks. But yeah, I don't know. That's strange. I would have joined. I don't know. I did join mostly comic related stuff, but then you realize comics, excuse me, is extremely weird. When you hear what the fans, when you hear how the fans absorb all the information, then you realize how inconsistent comics as a medium actually is, and then you realize that's why you can't have like a coherent conversation about comics with a lot of people because they all come into it reading anything and everything, and it's all not necessarily connected, even when it should be. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the history of any one character, and it's not consistent at all. It's as if editorial's been sleeping for 80 years. You know what I mean? Like, just while people just print whatever the fuck they want to print. And the fact that we're still doing what if, you know, the Flash fought Quicksilver? Like, really? Still? That's still going on. It's just it's beyond me. It's never the villains versus the villains from DC and Marvel. It's never like, completely different, mismatched, fights. Like Wolverine versus the Anti-Monitor or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, instead, it's like Wolverine versus Green Arrow, and it's like some shit that's one-sided. Like, yes, Wolverine's gonna probably win that fight.
They're just gonna have to come up with a way for Wolverine to beat the Anti-Monitor somehow. You know that.
Yeah. See, I want that. That's the conversation I want to hear. Like, convince me that Wolverine could win that fight. So, like, explain to me how that works. And then you hear videos where people they only know one side, so they can't really give you a good explanation as to why the Marvel person beats the DC person, or why the DC person can't beat the Marvel person, or whatever. Like, people only know one side, and then they still want to have the conversation as if they understand both sides, and I don't get it. I don't understand.
And if you don't understand, if you're coming at a situation or a hypothetical, example like that without, full or partial knowledge of all the things involved, it's okay to say, I'm not quite sure exactly like how powerful this character is because I only know this from them, or I haven't really read a lot of this character, so I'm not totally sure. It's okay. Again, that's what adults do when they don't know something. They say, I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
Instead of faking it, sort of like I did earlier with Man of Steel, where I faked it and then I copped to it later. But if you're not super sure about what the character's capable of, don't say, oh, this dude would definitely freaking wreck him. I'm like, really? Why?
Yeah.
Because, yeah. No. Wolverine would totally freaking rip apart the Anti-Monitor.
I know, right? Because he's got adamantium.
Oh, he can't die. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly
man.
what's gonna happen.
It's funny too because like the fights always end up like there was that one time, in that one book when Wolverine like fought the devil, and you're like, what? You're like, how dare you even bring that shit up? Like, sometimes, like, what the trump card that some of these folks will use as, like, the reason why their character should win is something so obscure and so dumb. Like, remember that time Captain America turned into a werewolf? Yeah. Like, he fought that shit off. No, and I shit you not, they're actually about to make a Marvel Legends figure with that head, with the Cap Wolf head, so that you can turn him into a werewolf. I was like, wait, that's so obscure and so stupid. There's like 10 people who remember and actually like that.
Wait, so it's a Captain America body with just a werewolf head?
It's the classic Captain America, and then he comes with interchangeable hands and feet and a head. It's the mask with the werewolf hair like popping out of it and shit. And they're actually making this. I was like, there's like there's pictures of it in my SDCC thoughts.
There's probably like one person who asked for that.
Well, like I was arguing with ODC, that's me, because I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've seen in a long time. And he was like, yeah, I know it's dumb. He's like, I actually still have that comic. And he was like, it's going to be awesome. I like it. And I made fun of him for it the whole time we were talking, because I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, don't convince yourself that shit's actually good. That's pretty damn lame. Like, I'd rather get a Cyclops from the 90s than a fucking classic Cap with the werewolf head and feet and stuff. Like, no. But like I said, that's one of those things, because I bet you there's more people that will find a way to justify why that's good. Glenn Webb I listened to his podcast while I'm at work printing, and he was talking about somebody was mad at one of the choices during the fan vote, I think it was, at SDCC, and he wanted fucking Devil Dinosaur to be involved in there. And he was like, Devil Dinosaur? Like, really? Of all the characters that you possibly could have, like, put in a fan vote, you want Devil Dinosaur? What the fuck? Give me his story. Like, what is it?
Yeah, that's where you sit back and you cross your arms. Like, really? Tell me.
Yeah, like what makes you want a toy of Devil Dinosaur? What did he do that was so awesome that you want that?
Why must
He's a
people?
red T-Rex. That's
Yeah.
it.
Why must people now know the story of Devil Dinosaur? Your own words. No, man, you don't get it, man. You don't understand. I'm like, that's why I'm asking you to make me understand.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've got a Marvel Legends line that I would like to see get
Oh
done.
yeah. That was one of the things I meant to tell you about that, Prime. So I guess this is where we'll wrap up with this. Your dream Marvel Legends wave. 6 figures and a Build-A-Figure. So
Fat Chocolate Leaper.
yeah, shut up. No, I mean for real. For real. I'm about to like jab you in the throat through the computer. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
Husk.
Stop playing.
Gen X, Generation X.
I know, right? Oh my god.
Build-A-Figure strong guy.
Sugar Man. Like oh my god, Leech. You want Leech and Sugar Man in the same wave? Freaking Skin. He'd just be some like Grizzly.
Freaking Marvel Ultimate Alliance or X-Men Legends Grizzly, of course.
Oh man.
I won't go first because
Yeah.
that was not my serious one. Go ahead, somebody else.
Yeah, you go first, Agent O.
All right. Basically, I just want Next Wave.
Oh
I want
yeah.
all those characters.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
the
them.
way they looked in the comics. I want an Elsa Bloodstone, a
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau, and then the Fing Fang Foom as the Build-A-Figure.
No, it needs to be those mud people, man. That'd be better.
Oh yeah,
The mud people, man. That'd be the
They need to
best.
come with interchangeable hands so they look
So
like
they can
they're
be snapping and shit.
fingers.
Like, yeah, that would be so dope. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would buy it day one. I'd drop $180 for that shit. For real. Oh my god. I'm surprised I didn't think of that. Mine are all tame in comparison, except for my 90s X-Men. So I'll go next. I have like 4 of them. 2 of them are related, but actually 3 of them are related. But the 90s X-Men, of course, would be the biggest one. It would be the 90s Cyclops, Professor X in the hover chair, Jubilee in her yellow coat, you know, the way she was. Freaking Eric the Red, Banshee, and Polaris, the way they looked in the 90s. And the Build-A-Figure would be either a Phalanx, you know, like a soldier, or Cameron Hodge. Excuse me. A lot of people, like, especially after the X-Men anime had Cameron Hodge in it, I'd be like, come on, like, seriously, he looks crazy. You could do all kinds of crazy shit with him. Just human head, cybernetic body. Go nuts.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect. And the Phalanx, if you want to save money, it's a big-ass black body with 6 eyes and goofy hands of some sort, you know, clawed hands and backwards ankles. Like, it's like so easy, and I don't know why they're not doing it. And we all want a Professor X in the hover chair. We've been begging.
Yeah.
We've been begging for that thing for a minute. Like, come on now. My other ones was a Midnight Suns wave. And so you have Frank Drake and Hannibal King, and then 90s Blade. Then possibly, freaking, they did a toy of him before, but they could do maybe a better one of Werewolf by Night. You know what I'm talking about? Jameson's kid. I think his name is with the jewel on his chest. Then Hellstorm, Jennifer Kale, and then the Build-A-Figure could be some version of Lilith, probably like the vampiric version of Lilith with the big old wings, and you know she'd be huge, so that way you could actually, you know, it would warrant making her a Build-A-Figure. Before I do any others, do you have another one?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I mean, they could tackle any one of the X teams.
Yeah. An X Factor, freaking 90s X Factor with
Yeah.
Strong Guy, that'd be amazing. I think actually
Yeah,
ODC
Havoc
was
in
mentioning that.
that jacket combo, whatever he had.
I love that costume, and that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Usually, it's between that and the black suit that when I think of Havoc. My other one would be the '90s Ghost Rider wave. So you'd have the Dan Ketch version of Ghost Rider. You have Johnny Blaze with the coat and stuff, like from Spirits of Vengeance. Night Watch, I think his name was, or Death Watch. The freaking weird ninja guy with the. He looked like Steven Seagal with the long red hair, and he wore like a ninja suit. Zodiac. A hand ninja because the hand worked with him, and Blackout. And the Build-A-Figure could be Mephisto for all of us who didn't get the Marvel Select Mephisto. And then the last one is a Blade 2 movie wave where pretty much
quality Blade figure.
Yeah, with like, a one version of Blade with the coat. It'd be two. It's two. I have two waves, but so you have Blade with the coat on from Blade 2. You have Whistler like he looked in Blade 2. Frost the way he looked in Blade 1 because the only Frost figure we had came from Toy Biz back in the day, and it was okay. It wasn't bad. Those figures actually still hold up. Excuse me, pretty well. Some of them. I think the Blade that doesn't have the coat on looks like shit. His armor doesn't look anything like the armor, and he just looked like a standard generic action figure. But anyway, you'd have Frost, you'd have a Nomak figure, a Nisa figure in the ninja gear when you first meet her, then a Reaper, and then the Build-A-Figure would be the Blood God. The next, I know, right? Then the next wave would be Blade with just the vest on. You know what I mean? Like the way he looked at the end of Blade 2.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking with the jacket, like when they were in the tunnels or whatever.
Well, maybe you could add that. Like there could be extra arms that you could put on him so that he would still have the jacket. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking you have what he looked like in the beginning, or if you took the coat off of the first one, that's what would be under the coat. Is the sleeves and the jacket sleeves and all that. But this one would be Blade in the vest, without the glasses, fangs out and everything. Assad in his ninja gear, Reinhardt, Lighthammer, Snowman, and Damaskinos. And I couldn't think of what the Build-A-Figure would be. I left that one blank just in case, because I figured that'd be something fun to, I don't know, like a Super Reaper or something. I don't know. I don't know. Triple H could be the Build-A-Figure. With the grill and everything. Oh, man. I don't know. I couldn't think of one. But, yeah, it would be cool because that's all these characters that, no, the Build-A-Figure could be Scud.
The joint.
With a joint and everything. Yep, that'd be awesome. And the little bomb. The little bomb that Blade gave to him. Like, yeah, I just, like, I want them to do... I miss when, like, companies would do a movie line that consisted of only people that were actually in the fucking movie. I don't know when it became acceptable for a company to say, like, put on, like, the big marquee on top of the box saying, a movie, and then in the box is a figure that not nan version of the character actually showed up in the movie. Like, why are we getting Tiger Shark in the Ant-Man wave? Just because you have to get it to people? Like, he has nothing to do with the Ant-Man film. Why is there no Yellow Jacket figure? He's the fucking villain of the movie. Like, where's the
They only had enough money in their budget to come up with a brand new
which is bullshit. Hasbro, like, they have limitless resources. They keep talking this bullshit. They made action figures. They come up with this bullshit saying, "Oh, we don't have enough money to." Why not? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing with the money? Somebody really has a serious cocaine habit if that's the case. Fucking cocaine them. Like there's no excuse. They keep on coming up with these excuses after excuses. Think about when we were kids and we never heard excuses from. We didn't have the internet, but you never heard about a toy company not being able to make toys. What the fuck? Like, these are the people they
I
created
want to know what their excuse is for the price hike.
just because they
Other
could.
than we're greedy.
They could. That's all. They could. They tried to say that the cost of plastics went up, but why is it that like all the other companies that use the same plastics don't raise their prices? Matter of fact, why is it NECA has been lowering prices? NECA makes better looking figures with way more paint. I mean, they got to be emptying bottles on individual figures. You know what I mean? Like, whereas Marvel Legends have like 2 paint applications on them, or 3 if we're lucky, and then they don't even sculpt anything anymore.
Big popping bottles.
It's sad, man. It's so weird. Like, you look at what NECA was doing 10 years ago. We'll say like 6 or 7 years ago, and then look at what you know. Shit, Hasbro hasn't had the license for 10 years yet, have they? Maybe they're coming up on it, right? Because what year did they start doing those 2-packs? Because I think
they've had it for 10 years.
For 10 years? Okay, well, let's just
At
say,
least.
think back to the last wave. Think back to when NECA first started, and they were practically, it was like McFarlane figures, where the movie Maniacs kind of, where they had like, the arms could move and the head could move, but nothing else. It's pretty much just a statue with really cool paint. And it was like every other NECA figure was a Chucky figure of some sort. Like, they've come so far since then, but the prices haven't even gone up to the point that Marvel Legends have gone to. And NECA makes better figures. I mean, I know there's times where they've used shitty plastic, but like, I still collect NECA shit, and none of my figures, like Ripley, I got Ripley about a month or 2 ago. Nothing's wrong with that figure. Nothing. My Schwarzenegger figure from Predator, nothing's wrong with it. Both my Predators are fine. Freaking Rocky, or not Rocky, Rambo is fine. I don't have any issues with him. The plastic quality is good. Like RoboCop, same deal. They've actually found like a concoction or a mixture that works. And they've been sticking with it, you know? And I bet you when I get all the Terminator stuff, that shit's going to be perfect too. And it's not going to cost me $21.99 or $24.99 or whatever it is that, you know, Toys R Us or whatever chooses to, you know, put the price at. Yet the Marvel Legends will still be going up in price, and they're still going to have 2 paint applications and not come with any accessories and whatever. And it doesn't make sense. NECA's a smaller company than Hasbro. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But I mean, it's the way it is. I know I've bitched about this before, so I'm not gonna make it that big. But I just don't get it. But okay, Clarion, your turn. What's your dream wave of comic book oriented? We'll say Marvel right now oriented figures.
I already said.
Yeah, that was pure fail. That was pure fail.
Fine. That was my dream right there, and
I crushed that dream. Dream was not good enough for Off Our Brains. I had to crush it. You got to get a new dream. No,
your dream is dead.
I know, right?
My dream is dead.
No,
I don't know. I'd actually go, even though I don't know how the story is going to hold up over time, but I dug, you know, Marvel Knights when they came out. Like,
yeah, there you
so
go.
I could do a line with them. Maybe like throw in, like I said, Cap, Daredevil, Black Panther, maybe a couple Inhumans. God, if you want to do your build a figure as a Hulk, I guess.
Wait, was Hulk involved in the Marvel Knights? I don't think he was.
Well,
I thought.
I'm talking about the line, not just the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Marvel Knights team is fine too. That's like Black Widow, freaking Dagger, like Moon Knight, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man.
What about?
And
you forgot about Punisher and Blade and like.
Yeah, they were going. Yeah, have Punisher be your freaking Build-A-Figure. No, it's not the giant like.
Fucking Frankencastle.
I forget the one.
Oh, hell no.
He was going in before where he looked like he was freaking like 5 feet tall and like 8 feet wide.
Roided out. Yeah, I forgot who the artist was that draws him. I love that dude's art.
that guy's art.
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, I know it's not very. It doesn't make sense, but it looks so good. Like the issues when he was
Yeah.
fighting the freaking hate monger and he was wearing a cap suit.
Yeah.
That shit was so good, man. So good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what would be another cool area. They should do a Starjammers wave again, or Imperial Guard wave, like a real Imperial Guard wave. That would be cool. 2 waves maybe of them because there's a lot of those guys. Or pick an era of comics of Marvel, and then that's what they for that couple months or for that year focus only on that era. That would be awesome. Because I think there's a lot of fans of different time periods in the Marvel Universe, and it's like, you could really make some money if you capitalize off those time periods, like a Spider-Man wave from like the late 80s. So you could have like Spider-Man, obviously, Silver Sable, or it could be a Spider-Man. It'd be weird if they did a Spider-Man wave that didn't have a costumed Spider-Man. It just had Peter Parker and then all these other supporting characters like fucking Hydro Man, fucking Silver Sable, freaking Vermin, freaking Hobgoblin, like the real Hobgoblin, like Jason Philip McIndale, not the weird, I don't know what that thing is in the new stuff. What's the other guy? Shoot, man, the Build-A-Figure should be the Fabulous Frogman. That would be amazing. Oh my god. I know I'm making fun of some of this stuff, but no, the Build-A-Figure should be someone like that thing that Hydro Man and fucking Sandman turned into. Whatever you want to call that. And I'm not talking...
Mudman?
I know, right? Mudman? Whatever that is. Or, God, this is one of those times I wish I had my... or don't I still have it? I wish I had it handy. My Marvel encyclopedia. That thing...
You weren't too far off.
It was Mudman is what he was called?
Mud Thing.
Oh, Mud Thing. Wow. God, I'm dating.
The Heroes for Hire line would be nice.
That's what I was gonna
say. Made almost all the other figures.
That's what I was gonna say next. All we need is Shang-Chi and a decent Moon Knight.
And Colleen Wing.
Yeah, and Colleen Wing. Yeah, I always forget about her. Yeah, it's funny. There's so many like areas that they could do. Like they could go back and do or did they do this? Didn't they do House of M figures?
Some. They did a House of M Wolverine. They did a House of M Iron Man.
Yeah, because he had those giant fucking backpack things. Yeah, I remember that. But they didn't do Spider-Man, or did they?
No, I don't think they did.
Yeah, see, House of M.
I actually like that costume design.
Yeah, me too. It was pretty. It was simple, but it worked. They could do that. They could do. Shit, man, X-Men. Unfortunately, they're not going to do anything X-Men. But if they did, you could pick like freaking Inferno, Extinction Agenda, freaking Fatal Attractions. Like you could pick any of those little, the Hunt for Magneto. When everybody was wearing those jackets that had like the X or the A on their shoulders with the bomber jackets with the fur on them. Like you could do so many different things, and they just ignore it. Freaking Exodus, I think Exodus is the name of the character. He was the main villain during.
They should do the Acolytes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Magneto and the Acolytes.
See,
and then the Build-A-Figure could be the big dude from that team. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either. He had like a mixture of power. Somehow he had multiple powers.
Yeah, he could absorb powers. He could be like metal, or he was basically like absorbing the mutant version of Absorbing Man.
Yeah. They could do a freaking box set of the X. You know what I'm talking about? Bishop and his team. That would be dope. Yeah. That dude with those gloves with the freaking knuckle blasters on his fingers, the redhead guy. Like, it's so many different characters that so far we haven't seen, and yet we're getting Capwolf. Like, I don't understand that. What was the group called? It was called the New Fantastic Four, which I guess they would never do it because they're the Fantastic Four. but it was Sleepwalker,
with
Hulk,
Wolverine. Oh, okay, no,
Wolverine.
that version.
Yeah,
I was thinking of the version with Wolverine, Ghost Rider,
yeah, Hulk and Sleepwalker. Or are you thinking Spider-Man?
there was a it was with Spider-Man.
It was like the bag over the head Spider-Man. Well, after he left, Sleepwalker was the one that took his place, and then I think after Sleepwalker disappeared, Darkhawk was the one that took his place. But they should do whatever it was during that time period. I can't remember what they were called, but Darkhawk was involved. Sleepwalker. I just want a Sleepwalker figure. That was one of my favorite books, period, back in the day. Even though it's a weird-ass premise, I still love that character, and I don't know why. I mean, obviously, other people didn't love the character, but shit. Give me a fucking Sleepwalker figure, and I would be happy. Give me a fucking Slapstick figure, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Slapstick was like, man, if they make a movie of Slapstick, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm not going to watch any more Marvel movies ever. Because it'd be like Spider-Man meets Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Because essentially that's what it was. The kid gets powers that allow him to tap into a different dimension, and there's evil clown aliens, and there's all kinds of weird shit. And I hate clowns, but for some reason that book had me cracking up. Because just like Next Wave, whenever a Marvel character showed up, they kind of were in character still. They didn't write them differently. Well, they kind of did. Like,
yeah, there was a straight man.
Yeah, well, like in this, I think Ghost Rider, all he said was vengeance, vengeance, vengeance. And he was just like destroying everything when he was fighting the bad guys. And then like the Punisher was driving around in a truck full of guns. Like the guns were sticking out the window. They were like in the car, in the seat next to him, in the back, in the truck bed. Like it was like they were I guess in this book they were a caricature of themselves, yeah. But it's a fun fucking read. It was only 4 issues, and that was it. And I kind of missed that when the stories were so self-contained. Spider-Man, they could do that whole what was the Sidekicks Revenge thing with Moon Knight and Midnight, and then they had Night Thrasher, another figure who they never will fucking give us a figure of. Another character we'll never get a figure of.
Well, when Michael B. Jordan frees himself from this Fantastic Four movie.
I know, maybe you're right. He would be.
And I'm not saying that movie's going to be bad or anything, but I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure he's like number 1 or 2 on the list.
Yeah, he'd be perfect for Night Thrasher. Man, that would be dope.
It'd have to be the Night Thrasher in the trench coat. I like that version.
I hate that version. I want the version. I want the version with the fucking skateboard on his back. Like, I want the version with the fucking street level Batman with like everything was practical for the situations that he would be in, like on the street. Like that one worked for me. The trench coat is generic. How many? I mean, it looks cool. I agree.
I'd like the look of it.
It'd be cool if he wore a trench coat at some point, like just to throw back to it, But and with figures too, when they make trench coats, it always cuts down on what you can do with the figure, and I hate that.
Oh yeah,
because they're so afraid of using cloth.
I'm trying to find somebody who will custom make me a trench coat.
Just get the ones off of the WWE ones. Like, there's a lot of WWE figures that have trench coats that they're either soft rubber or they're actually, material. You could use that. But, yeah, man, there's so many.
Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker's one of them. Some people, it was their entrance attire, so, like, you could snatch it from them. Yeah, there's a lot of... They better not do Force Works. I don't want to see some shit like that.
I never was into that.
Force Works was horrible. Fucking Iron Man's wannabe Avengers team. Like, it's pretty bad. I don't know. It's just there's so many time periods and so many variations of characters that especially since they're trying to cut corners by sticking to the classic costumes because they don't have to sculpt. So if you're going to go classic, you know how many characters you could just easily churn out that had interesting patterns on their generic tights? and you could make like freaking Midnight, like I said, freaking black tights with gray accents. You know what I mean? And a mullet sticking out of a gas mask. Essentially, that's what his mask looked like. And he had claws and like blades coming out of his elbows and shit. Like he was an interesting looking character because he was cybernetic. Update the freaking Wrecking Crew. Of course, some of that would involve sculpting because they don't want to sculpt. Because remember, Thunderball had that cool Mega Man hand with the where the ball like stuck to it, and he would shoot it out of his hand.
Yeah, they just finally completed the last one or two figure characters.
Yeah, you're talking about Bulldozer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why all of us they did
Big
that
ass
shit up.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, it looks so dumb, and people are like, "He looks good." I'm so happy that
He looks like a male stripper.
Yeah, he looks really bad. If that orange was skin, yeah.
Somebody was watching Magic Mike when they made that.
Oh, man. What else, man? If only they were doing X-Men, because then you could go back and redo some of those Savage Land characters, redo freaking the Age of Apocalypse. Like that could be a whole line right there. Man, I don't know.
That's a couple lines.
Yeah,
Because of all the different looks of all the characters.
yeah. And it's weird because Toy Biz did a good job with a lot of those figures back in the day. Because most of those appearances, I mean, I was reading them. I was reading those books when the toys came out, and I remember having like a Gambit and a Rogue during that part of. It was after Age of Apocalypse in the regular continuity, but there was that little chick with the lizard, and she was like, I guess she was an adult when she met Gambit, but when they meet up in this story and they get captured by, was it Mommy Dearest or Mother May I or some shit like that? I think she's like this robot maid looking thing. It's back when Magneto was Joseph, and they got trapped on that island, and they had the collars that were stopping their powers, of course, that everybody just has. And like Rogue and Gambit finally get the hump because like they don't have their powers. But there's this chick in that same book. There's this issue. That's where Gambit, I'm not Gambit, Bishop ends up teaming up with and kind of falling in love with Deathbird. You remember all that?
Yeah, I wanted to figure that because I like that costume.
That's what I'm talking about. Those costumes that they made, that they wore then, Toy Biz made all of those figures, like, or at least the majority of them in figure form in different lines. I mean, you had a Savage Land line. You had a, God, what did they call this thing? I can't remember. But I still have Rogue. They did her twice because they used that body again for the X-Men movie line with Rogue in the black suit, even though she never actually showed up in the black suit in the old movies.
Yeah.
They did Gambit in his suit, the Shi'ar mining suit or whatever. They went through and did just about everybody. Even freaking Beast's girlfriend, Trish, whatever her name was, they made figures of all of them, including her. So it was weird how like Toy Biz would be making shit at exactly the time that the books were coming out. So you could be like reading the book, watching a cartoon, and you'd get the figure, and it's all correlating, you know what I mean? Whereas like Hasbro is all over the goddamn place. You got fucking Ultron as the Build-A-Figure for the Ant-Man Legends. Like, what? How does that even make sense? It's just, I don't know. And people are just okay, and they're just like, yeah, it's cool. It makes perfect sense to me, because I just got what I wanted. But I don't know.
They have an Ultron figure in one of the other lines with the Beetle body.
Yeah. It's like the comic.
Body.
It's like the comic version of Ultron, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the one where Hulk is wearing yoga pants again. His tan yoga pants. And he's got
green.
He's got a haircut. That looks so stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about their weird usage of that Hulk body, but he just looks dumber and dumber and dumber every time I see it. I like the Marvel Select version of the Hulk. It looks so on point. The freaking Marvel Legend one just looks all kinds of hoopty, man. I don't know what to tell you. He's like 3 different colors of green too. Like his arms are one shade, his chest is one shade, and his belly is a whole nother shade. It's like, wow, you guys couldn't get the green right. Like seriously, it's that difficult. Like if I had bought a bootleg, and that's the thing. There's no paint on his body, except for his hair and his face and teeth and eyes, maybe. But that's it. I'm like, what? And then the yoga pants, of course. Like, it just, I don't get it. I don't get it. They say they're cutting corners for cost, but if you have the resources that they have, there's no excuse. You should see the Mezco Mortal Kombat figures. They actually look pretty damn dope. And they have so much detailing, like so much paint. And they cost $14.99 or $15, something like that.
Nice.
Which makes no sense considering that, you know, Marvel Legends cost 21 something and don't look half as good as these figures. So, like I said, it's eventually someone is gonna break this story about how much it really costs to make these figures. You know what I mean? Because they've been pulling the wool over people's eyes, and people are too dumb to ask the questions and really keep, you know, at it and then vote with their wallets. So, you know, I can't wait to see what happens.
Hasbro knows their audience. And they know people will buy anything. I mean, when you have Hellcat as one of your figures and not the fan base is like, oh God, yeah, I've been waiting for a Hellcat figure forever. I'm like, Hellcat, who the fuck is that shit? Like, I don't know. Hellcat and the Grim Reaper. Like, who the fuck was waiting for those characters? I'm sorry. Like, none of those characters were that interesting back in the day. They were not interesting now because no one's ever heard of them.
Well, Grim Reaper was in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and even that version, it's another flaw because the version in the show, and what I remember Grim Reaper, he was skinny and he was tall. Like, he looked like a regular guy, like kind of a slim dude. He wasn't this big fucking Macho Man Randy Savage built dude. You know what I mean? So, like, they made that body and passed it off to people, and they were more excited about the fact that there's a new Marvel Legends body than the fact that the body doesn't actually match the character. And there's a ton of Marvel characters that are getting that kind of, you know, treatment. That classic Cap is going to be on this body, on the body, the Reaper body. So
didn't they have another new male body, the one that Jack-o'-lanterns
no,
he's skinny.
He's he's from the Thunderbolts box set. He's Ghost's body.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know, and it's one thing I noticed too is that when people are more concerned with, when you do a review of Marvel Legends, it seems like a great deal of time is always spent on which body they use. And it's like, wait up, why can't we actually talk about the character themselves? Why is it necessary to figure out which one is which? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of weird.